All right, and we are rolling. So, hey everyone! Welcome back to a brand new campaign titled The Great Poison. For the past couple weeks, I have been tinkering around with the idea of jumpstarting a whole other campaign alongside my main one, The Song of the Wilds, which, if you've been watching us, we recently had our 50th episode.
Quite fun.
That was 2 weeks ago, the last week being Carly's inaugural debut as a dungeon master with her Halloween one-shot.
Yeah!
And she actually did a very good job. I am very proud of her.
Thank you, sweetie.
However, I have recently been thinking about jumpstarting a brand new campaign with a completely different setting, a completely different storyline that I plan to run at the same time as Song of the Wilds, if anything, to keep my creative juices flowing. And honestly, if I kind of alternate between two different story ideas, it will keep everything from feeling stagnant. And honestly, sometimes I just need a break from Song of the Wilds. So for the time being, all Twitch streams are going to be in an alternating fashion, where it's like this week we'll do The Great Poison, next week will be Song of the Wilds, and then we're just going to flip-flop every week. But yeah, The Great Poison, I'm not done yet. The Great Poison is a sci-fi space opera. It's a half homebrew, half module. It is a homebrew because I basically took a pre-existing story and I reformatted it into a TTRPG format. However, it is not an actual module book of Dungeons and Dragons, but it is something that already exists. So I'm just kind of taking it and I'm changing it up. Yes, Carly.
You might want to change I don't know how you can do this. You might want to change campaigns, via your Twitch stream, because you still have on the Twitch screen Song of the Wilds players.
You know, I've been meaning to actually just turn off that add-on. It's been serving no purpose, honestly.
That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
I know. Unfortunately, I can't do it now because we're live, but I will handle that. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, there we go. Sorry, some other music started playing. But that is something I will take care of next time, which will also affect Song of the Wilds, but hey, who paid attention to that add-on anyway? But yeah.
I did. No, I'm kidding.
But yeah, this is our brand new storyline with some brand new players and a couple returning ones as well. Beyond that, though, I don't really have any announcements to go on here. Guys, if you'd all be willing to introduce yourselves, and if you have any announcements, please make them known.
Hi everybody, I'm Liam. I usually play Polo in the Song of the Wilds campaign. I don't really have any announcements right now, just happy to be here.
We're happy to have you.
So happy. I didn't even know who Liam was, like, officially until, like, the Zoom meeting. I was like, who is Liam? Who is this man?
Who's Milton? What? I don't remember any Milton. He was helping us.
Any Milton.
He was the guy driving the bus!
Alright.
I'm not Milton.
Let's get serious.
I don't know why, but I just really love Idris Elba's whole... Wait, Milton was still with us?
Yeah.
Milton was still with us?
That guy is gonna be Knuckles.
Alright. I'm Pharaoh. Only my real friends can call me by my real name. Only when they're mad, though. Cause
I just call you that as a term of endearment.
you're like, sometimes I'm spicy.
You better believe that when I meet you, I'm gonna like scream it across the room. This will be my first official Twitch D&D stream.
Oh.
This is my first D&D Twitch stream that I've ever like been joined in. What else? What else are we supposed to talk about?
If you got no announcements, you can always just introduce yourselves.
Oh,
I made soup.
What kind of soup? What kind of
Good
soup?
Donkey.
Ooh, I love Yonky.
Tyler's saying that too. He's saying I love gnocchi.
Yonky. And no, it's a regional thing. You can pronounce it whatever you want because sometimes in different regions of Italy it's pronounced differently.
It's a regional
It was
dialect.
good. It was good soup.
And you guys know me. I'm Carly. I'm Evan, the DM's fiance. You guys all know me as Davina from Song of the Wilds. But now I'm super excited about this character because Evan and I kind of workshopped it to make this to make her race fit the world a little bit better. So yeah. And I have no announcement, shockingly.
I have an announcement.
Oh, I do, actually.
God.
Sorry, Leah.
No. Well, mine was more of a joke where I was gonna say. Mine was more of a joke where I was gonna say I officially just added my character to this campaign on D&D Beyond. So that's my announcement.
Finally, I was like, I'm missing a crew member.
Yeah.
Oh, my announcement is it's a long time coming. I finally got my license.
Yes!
12 years!
I don't have mine.
Damn.
I did my waiting.
That's it.
I
12
wish
years
I
of
had minded fate.
Tyler, you really need to stop cutting leather over
that's
there. I
it.
get scared. It just like cuts like butter. And I'm like terrified. He's just like, and I'm like, where did it go?
It's your tools.
Sabrina, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I was Malice, a guest star in Song of the Wilds, and I just got home from the hospital, so please excuse my voice and my coughing. I have severe bronchitis right now. I have something else I don't know if anybody else knows this, but they found an air pocket in my body cavity. Don't know how it got there, don't know why it's there. And they wouldn't remove it because it's by my liver and they would have to cut me open again. So I didn't want to go through surgery. So they sent me home, and if it gets worse, I'll be going back for surgery.
We love you. And
We love you intensely.
It's sending all the good healing vibes.
At least I'm not in the hospital doing this, because I was going to do this in the hospital. I was going to be on my phone and be like, I'm sorry, guys, but you know my nurse.
The dedication, I just can't.
Hey, I honestly doubt you'd be the first person to ever do a D&D campaign in the hospital.
Probably.
Honestly.
I'm not.
Most likely.
My
Hey,
dungeon
that will be an
master.
achievement and a half.
No, my dungeon master used to. We'd all go to his like hospital room when he had cancer, and we would play D&D in the hospital with him.
That's cool. That's really
It's
cool.
sweet sentiment.
Yeah, from what I've heard, Sabrina's old dungeon master was like legendary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was James Wallace. I don't know if anybody remembers him from like old Dragon Cons or anything like that. He was a huge guest star there.
Yeah,
Wrote
none of us
several
have been in the area.
Yeah, he wrote several books on our campaigns and stuff like that.
Oh.
Awesome.
Ty, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi. I'm Tyler. I don't have
Good job.
a cam, sorry.
You just come over and use my cam.
I don't know if I have any announcement either. Oh, my announcement. First time I've ever done any sort of remote D&D game ever.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Welcome.
Getting
this-
a lot of people fast in here.
Well, this is going to be a real
Oh,
trial by
God.
fire.
for sure.
That one's my husband.
Am
I gonna? He's mine.
Aww.
I sometimes tolerate this woman.
Yes.
Brittany, would you like my riot stick?
Yes. And that's not over.
Okay.
She has far more sharp tools to kill me with here.
I mean, I have a screwdriver on my desk.
Oh my
I-
god,
you have-
Jesus!
You have
And-
leather cutting shears right over there. You have lots of things.
And
I
then,
don't have
Oh, yeah.
popcorn!
Wait. Carly.
Yes? Yes, ma'am.
Look at my pillow.
I'm so proud of you.
I like you.
Guys, it's me!
I like your has-been shirt too.
Josh
yeah.
is in the chat! Hi,
Josh Dahuman is in the chat, and he also just subscribed. We also have Bloof in the chat as well. Which then brings us to our next introduction from all the way from all the way from across the pond itself. We have Steven. Steven, if you would like to introduce yourself, quite possibly our most long-distance D&D player of this campaign.
Hello, I am Stephen. On the internet for D&D, I'm usually known by Corvus. I've been a dungeon master for, 3.5 years now? Finally breaking a Forever DM curse here. So, this is, I think, the third campaign I've been in Twitch streamed, so nothing too new, but no announcements, and just excited to be a player again after all these years.
All right, and like I said before, this is a brand new campaign. It is a sci-fi futuristic space campaign. That being said, though, we will still be playing with original Dungeons and Dragons 5e rules. All the rules are going to be the same. All the spells are going to be the same. All the items are going to be the same. Literally, the only difference is we're just going to be giving everything different names to help fit the theme. I decided to play the game like this so that I wouldn't force all of my players to have to reread a completely new rule book for a sci-fi setting. So to keep things very simple, everything is just going to be called different names, but stat-wise and gameplay-wise, it's just D&D 5e, just with a different skin on it.
It's D&D 5e, but cooler.
5.25, everybody?
Complete side note, but I never noticed this before, but Evan, is there a reason why your profile picture on D&D Beyond is Master Oogway?
Because when I first joined D&D Beyond, the very first character I thought up was named Zhao Long. He was a turtle monk cleric, and he basically
Probably my favorite that you've ever made.
And he basically was a Master Oogway, Master Splinter type of person.
I get you.
Because one trope...
There are no accidents, huh, buddy?
One trope that I really love to play in a campaign is, like, the wise grandfather of everyone.
I get you. I mean, I always make a JRPG main character, so I can't really complain.
Yeah, dude, I can't...
They're always hot.
How does one?
Brittany, you doing okay?
I'm looking for stuff.
What are you looking for?
How to get to the campaign, so that way we can do the rolling system and stuff.
Oh, you don't need to go to the campaign itself. You just need to go to your character sheet.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
It's already linked in. It's all connected.
Well, there's Zach.
Take your time.
On the top of D&D Beyond, you can search by level,
That's
by
okay,
name,
take your
or
time.
by class.
While this is happening, I'm gonna real quick go get my has-been hell of boss stuff. Okay.
Actually, while this is happening, I'm gonna quickly get my thermoses of water.
Evan, if you want to be included, you can wear my wig. You didn't even hear what I said.
No, I didn't. What'd you say?
I said if you want to be included in this hell of a boss thing, you can wear my cherry bomb wig.
I got you all beat on Hell of a Boss and Has-Been Hotel stuff. My entire closet is filled with nothing but Has-Been shirts.
Who's your favorite?
I have these two.
Oh, I like the
I have a
baggy.
Luna.
You know, one of my cosplays that I've been kind of thinking about doing is Human Luna.
That'd be good. You would actually do a great Charlie too, I think.
I think so too, but everybody does Charlie.
Sure.
I really want to do also Talia from Hell of a Boss because I fucking love her design, and
Right.
she's me from middle school.
Wait, who?
Talia is Stolas's daughter.
Oh, her. No, Octavia. That's what I mean.
Octavia. Why do I always call her Talia?
I was wondering who
Yeah.
Talia was.
During the summer thing, I got a bunch of the summer pins.
No,
Oh my god. I have to show you guys my pin collection.
There's Rosca.
Verosica. Nice.
Exactly.
Gothic mom.
Hold on,
I got
hold
the
on.
human form Verosca too.
Perfect.
And
Wait.
10 out of 10.
I got Cherry. Carly.
It's
Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know who's gonna recognize this.
I do not actually, but that looks really cool.
It's from Ace Combat 7
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
figure.
And while we're on the topic, I also got Human Luna.
Hey, yeah, I just really like her design.
Yeah,
I just
she's
think
got a great
so
design.
cute.
You have a Carly. You have a type.
I do.
So do
Big
I.
Gothic women.
Guys,
All of these,
guys,
and
you
then I got all
know,
of the pinups.
women, right? But let me pose this: women who can kill you.
Yes.
Pharaoh, are you still having issues?
Yeah,
do you have issues with
my rolling thing is not popping up for me, so I don't know how I can roll.
All you have
Do
to
you
do is press
see,
the numbers.
That's what I'm
No.
doing, but it just brings up like the definition of it. And then when you right click it, it just brings me like to the
Do you
forward
see,
refresh.
Hold on. Do you see on the left of your screen? Do you see the D20 icon?
No,
You have rolling disabled.
now I see that's the game log.
No, she doesn't actually have access.
No.
The settings cog.
Are you signed
Just
in?
next to your name.
Yeah, I'm signed in.
Oh.
She's on her character sheet.
Is it
Are you
possible
on-
that it hasn't updated for you yet? Because I know that's not. Well, actually, no. That's not
It's-
even a new system.
Yeah, it's been like that since before we started Song of the Wilds.
I has
Yeah.
a game log.
You know, when she right clicks on it, it doesn't give her the advantage.
you not
or
have
Wait,
anything.
dice
right click?
one?
You're not.
When she
You're
left
supposed to
clicks,
just
it
left
doesn't
click
work
it.
either. And she doesn't have
Oh.
the little dice icon to choose a dice on the bottom left either.
Do you have?
I
any
can see in the
actual
game log
dice?
that he rolled.
Do you have actual dice, Britt?
Yeah, I have real dice.
Then just use that.
Yeah, you might just have to use those at least until
it's
this
gonna
gets
be
fixed.
obnoxious, but yeah.
We'll figure this out between sessions. Besides, I trust you all to not cheat.
I don't cheat anyway.
I do, obviously, because it's not like I've said time and time again that I like the fun of. some
Okay,
kind of
so
game.
Carly's character gets spaced out the airlock.
Yes.
Automatically.
Ding ding ding.
I will happily leave the airlock unlocked
Among Us.
Oh,
before I move into
Evan.
my body. Just for that.
Wait, hold on. Yes, Sabrina?
you're playing Azrael, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I
Azrael's
hate
female.
you.
Azrael is female. All right, gotcha.
Hey, you gotta do a girl voice.
Azrael is Flawless Bites Space Wolf.
Nice.
You and wolves.
All right.
Ahoo.
It's an awoo.
Oh, I miss Aaliyah.
I miss Leah now. All right, guys. Is everyone ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Let's light this candle or whatever.
Ty, Pharaoh, are you guys ready?
I'm good to
That
go,
was a bad
as
I'm
far as I
ready. I have
understand
my
it.
notes ready to be
Well,
taken.
well then. If that is all, then let us finally begin the Great Poison.
Yeah.
Yes! I did not like that laughter. Taylor just sat over here.
Not a bad idea. That was more than
It was
I
like,
did all
that's-
day.
That's fucking frightening.
Can you guys all hear this?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Yup.
This came out sooner than Metroid Prime 4 did.
Metroid Prime 4 is going to become the new FF7 remake meme.
Probably, yeah.
Sometimes you never know what you're going to run into. The fathomless expanse that is the cosmos hides many wonders. Some good, some bad. Some of them can bring great riches, while others can bring nothing but perils. The year is EDN 71. Many countless years have an unfathomable number of civilized races spread out across the galaxy. And in doing so, they've all come together into a united into a united organization officially known as the Galactic Federation. Or some people just like to call it just the Federation. The Federation helps bring order, civilized life, and it never ceases to bring aid, education, funding. Truly, it is a time of great wealth and prosperity in the universe. However, while there are some out there that choose order, there are some of those that instead choose the way of survival. For some, it is not simply to just live by the rules, fill out your lot in life, maybe start a family. There are some of those who can't stop asking the question, what's out there? And while the universe can bring great order, there is also a side of absolute madness and chaos. You never know what's out there. New discoveries are made all the time. Some feel like a new discovery is made every day. With every new discovery comes new dangers. Some of those dangers are space pirates. For the longest time, this one band of bandits who simply go by the name the Quasars have wreaked havoc across the Federation. They steal all they can, kill who they want, and it almost seems like no one's able to stop them. They've been a thorn in the Galactic Federation's side for who knows how long. But alongside the space pirates, there's also the people who live outside the law, but don't seek to break it. They merely seek to make their own way among the stars. Some of them decide to be freelancers. Some of them decide to be bounty hunters. And then you just have your classic mercenaries. This is a tale of one such band of mercenaries. Shut up.
You almost had it, buddy. You almost had it.
I was doing so well.
You got it, buddy.
Shut up. This is a story about one band of mercenaries who ride aboard their famed ship, the Black Star. These mercenaries, who share the same name as their ship, they've been together for quite a few years, actually. They have many missions under their belt. They have quite a lot of money stashed away. And while it is nice to always see what adventures lie in wait, sometimes it's just nice to kick back, cruise among the stars. But then again, sometimes it's when you're not looking for something that something always seems to find you. And that, dear viewers, is where we begin our tale.
This is where we're gonna leave off for the night. No.
It's just where we stop.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
What a cliffhanger that would be.
On the fate...
And that's session 1. Thanks for coming.
was that Ani who just like ran into the room?
Oh, Mommy, you done?
That's the thing that found you.
I heard you say it was over.
Yup.
Everything okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Aboard the Black Star, which used to be just a standard freighting vessel that would go from planet to planet, it has since been retrofitted and completely reformatted into a new kind of harbor vessel for this band of mercenaries. The Black Star is outfitted with some modest weapons. It comes with a hyperdrive, allows you to go from place to place, seeming light years in just a matter of minutes. It is here that we meet the intrepid crew of the Black Star. Inside his quarters, pruning a local fern inside his room, is the captain of the ship and the leader of the mercenaries, Captain Zakui.
Oh boy, he hot.
Zakui, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Well, as the viewers know, I am Captain Zach. or Captain Zachary Dragion.
Oh,
Um, I'm about 26-ish years old. I'm a I'm a Scorpio. I'm November 11th is my birthday.
My blood type is AB, ladies.
Maybe.
Signing up for Space Tinder.
He needs to. He's gonna be alone forever. I'm a druid bard. If that helps. I don't have much. I'm a male human.
And as we move away from the captain as he tends to the many, many, many plants in his quarters, we then move out of his room down the hallways to the cockpit of the ship, where a rather large robotic body has seemingly installed his very arms into the main console of the cockpit.
I'm glad you're doing this, Evan, so I know who everyone is.
Yeah.
You're totally fine.
Yeah.
Steven, if you would like to introduce your character.
Data analysis, detection, and destruction. YK147. Currently on course to planet XYZ. Approximated time is X.XX.
Using that Mega Man way of telling time, huh?
Yeah, I'm just an AI, so that's all you'll be expecting to hear from this guy. He is literally not a guy.
I've been programmed with genuine people personality.
Hello, I am Friend Dog.
I was thinking Hitchhiker's Guide. That's what I was.
Oh, I
I will
forgot it.
say Steven
Hello,
hasn't changed his
Steven.
name yet.
I am DADDY. This is your friend bot. This is FriendBot 2.0 at your service.
I just want to say, as captain, I swear I didn't know his name before I hired him. I didn't know it was gonna be.
She says that.
Well, here's the thing:
That's
you
a
had him
fucking
before
lie.
he had a name, right? You had him before he had a name.
I am Fatherbot.
Fatherbot. Call me daddy.
Oh, me daddy.
We then later learned that Daddy used to be a priest.
Oh, you made it weird.
Hey, his body is all black, but he's got like a little white square just below the neck.
We're slowly creating a Red Dwarf character right now. I just want to say.
I mean, that's how all D&D start. They start as Game of Thrones, and then they turn into Monty Python.
Exactly.
Sabrina, draw that. Draw that.
Draw what?
Okay, we'll talk later. I got you, girl.
As we, oh god, Star Rar Cakes.
Star's a friend.
Oh, nice. Hi, Star.
Hello.
As we move away from the cockpit, we then move back down the hall, past the mess hall and meeting room, to a larger side quarters of the room. Looking in is a very gorgeous room of multi-layered cloths and lights. There's some incense burning, and sitting in the middle, meditating right now,
Is the most extra thing in the room.
is a woman who seems to be made of stardust itself. Carly, if you'd like to introduce your character.
God, you love being extra in D&D, don't you?
Yep, you're right. I had a cool idea and I went with it.
You had it coming.
So, my character's name is Reva.
She has a lot of
and
things coming.
I'm so scared. And basically, I am the ship's diplomat. Due to her background. And basically she has violet, almost like lavender type skin, with freckles all over. Her hair is dark almost like sky, like at night blue hair with like stardust throughout it, and she has silver eyes and a very curvaceous figure. And she is a bard monk.
I will say this, Zach was not immune when he first saw her. He was like, oh, male urges. Must turn away.
Yeah, I guess Kason was a little like that too. So, you know.
As we move away from the very lavish room, instead of going out the doors, we go through the vents. As there are many twists and turns, we find ourselves in the large cargo hold of the ship, where behind many of the massive crates of supplies and food rations, you see a cat and a dog. Sabrina, if you'd like to introduce your character.
It's cat dog.
Okay.
It's cat dog.
Yeah, cat dog.
And Winslow.
One fine day with a wolf and a bird, a baby was born and the mother was dead, learning better to be
Okay. So, my character is Flawless Bite, which is a tabaxi name, usually called, she just goes by Bite. She is a red and black calico with scars all over her body. She used to be part of the famous space pirates and didn't like what they were doing after she found out that she had been manipulated most of her life. Tried to fight back, lost. And now she hijacked Daddy. And
That doesn't sound right.
it's not supposed to.
Oh, we're in for a ride.
Yeah, we are.
She decided it would be fun to take the ship out for a test drive. Took the chip out, put it in something else, and created Daddy. And then Zach caught up to it.
I just would like to apologize because I'm the one that gave Steven the idea.
Of course it was you. Of course it was you.
Anyway,
Don't be fucking.
instead of leaving the ship, she just decided to stay. And Zach can't do anything about it.
He quite literally can't. Bite won't go away. Bite's just there at this point, and Zach's just like, you're a good friend. Thanks.
Meanwhile, lying down right next to Bite is a rather large floof sitting right next to her. It rears its head and it lets out a giant fanged yawn. This is Azrael. What would have the official species name be a Montresor. It is colloquially known by the community as simply a space wolf. These creatures, however, can grow to the size of Earth's horses. This one, still a little rather small for its species. And while Bite is normally the chaotic one of the crew, Azrael, the wolf, is always the more obedient, calm type. He lets out a mighty yawn, kind of sniffs the air for a moment. He looks over at Bite and she just kind of like nuzzles Bite's head a bit. Basically saying like, good morning, Bite.
Yeah.
Montresor, is that a Treasure Planet reference?
Yeah, it's the first name that came to mind.
Okay.
It's
I got really excited when you said that because I was like, my favorite Disney movie.
It's mine too. It's so sad how it got treated. Anywho.
Yep.
We then move away from the cargo hold, down some more vents to the very bottom of the ship, to the very engine itself, which handles both the main thrusters and the hyperdrive. And it is here that we meet the next character, one who makes sure that all this shit doesn't fall apart. Ty, would you like to introduce your character?
I'm the person who makes everything run. Nothing doesn't function without me working on it. I'm Anilon. I am the mechanic, the problem solver of the ship. I work with all of the stuff. I'm not good at working with all of the people stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I am an artificer changed mechanic to fit the scene, and I'm a changeling. So presently I'm a human, but I don't know what I'll be next time.
And then finally, we move away from the engine room to one of the other open training spaces of this ship. And it is here that we meet the final member of the Black Star, training and honing his blade skills. Liam, would you like to introduce your character?
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kasten Delamar. I was a soldier for a few years. Was put in a special mission where the rest of it. How much are we willing to give away? Should I not give all this away?
That's completely up to you. Oh, I would
give away any of mine.
I would say on average, you guys have been a team for about 3 Earth years. So it's ultimately up to you still how much you want to have revealed already.
All right. Well, this isn't unless you had something planned. I think this is all fine to give away. So, I was a soldier for a few years who was put into a special mission where the rest of my squad was killed. I realized this was a setup and went AWOL and became a merc with no family or friends. I studied more traditional fighting styles and became known as a somewhat Ronin type, traveling the galaxy, when I met Captain Zachary and joined his crew. That's pretty much it.
All right. This crew...
And Carly's fangirling.
Oh no, every time you say Zachary, you gotta do ooh woo.
Ooh.
It's a running joke. You have to do it. If you don't do it,
You don't
you
do
a
it
true
first.
friend.
Now I know.
I love how Zachary is like the human, but we have to do ooh for him. But I'm the cat,
I
and
know.
nobody does it for me.
Because your character isn't baby. She's
No,
gremlin.
Yeah, gremlin energy, like
And-
Alucard from Hellsinger Bridge.
Oh, God.
I love that.
And with that, the crew of the Black Star find themselves once again having quite possibly what seems like another lazy day, just drifting from planet to planet, picking up any stray broadcasts to see if there's any work to be had. They've had missions that stem from sometimes protecting a very important person. Sometimes they've had to kill a very important person. Sometimes they've had to transport objects from planet to planet, either for the Federation or under the Federation's radar. Ultimately, these are the type of mercs who are willing to do pretty much anything within reason. They have yet to really do anything catastrophic. Everyone looks at Bite.
Yes.
I was quite literally looking at her screen too. I was like, I've known things. I've seen things.
I've known things.
At that moment,
I watched you guys sleep, so you know what?
It's
I don't like
terrifying.
that.
at that
Like, I
moment,
don't sleep.
at that moment, Daddy. Oh God, I have to call you that in the entire campaign now. I've realized.
That's why I call him
Bother.
DK. That's why I call him DK.
Call him Dad.
No.
That's not as bad.
Call him
No.
Fathership.
Papa shit.
Papa
Shit.
All right,
Daddy.
Daddy. As you remain plugged into the ship's main console, which allows you and your artificial intelligence to literally become one with the ship, which helps you more efficiently process all of the incoming and outgoing stray transmissions and informations and any sort of signals you come across, your AI suddenly picks up something. And you feel yourself kind of beep back to into a state of alertness. And you realize, as you process this signal, you realize this is a distress call.
Okay.
How
Do
you
we know-
interface?
Can we tell how far away the distress call is coming from?
You can't quite tell that from here right now. The signal is coming in very weak and it's very corrupted. If you want to try and clean up the message, give me an intelligence check.
Come on, Daddy, you got this.
Static intelligence?
Just a straight intelligence roll.
You got it.
Full
You-
freaking campaign.
Virtual tabletop not found. That's not the one I wanted to go for. Actually roll it. Don't try and roll on... There we go. Roll a flat one. It's rolling now.
Any second.
Any minute now.
7.
A 7? All right. Unfortunately, it would appear that this distress call is just so corrupted to the point where the actual message itself is just, it's completely unreadable. However, the very fact of what the signal is, you are able to figure out 2 things. One, this is definitely a distress call for help, not only because of the signal itself, but because it's using the standard Federation frequency used exclusively for distress calls.
Oh.
And, and secondly, while you aren't able to figure out the actual message itself, you are able to do a trace of it, and you are able to come up with a set of coordinates.
Perfect. From this position, since I'm wired into the ship, are there speakers on this ship? Am I able to...
Because you are plugged into the ship, you have absolute complete control over all hardware and software, so you can control all the speakers.
Yeah, she's going
Perfect.
Seems like a little too much power, but all right.
I'm going to go to the speakers in the captain's room. Alert. Unidentified distress signal found at these coordinates, followed by the coordinates of the distress signal.
And Zachary, as you are in your quarters, as this message comes through onto the speakers, your personal computer system on your desk automatically lights up, and it's already being fed this information, where it seems to show the signal itself, though you yourself aren't able to decode it, but you can tell that it is on the official distress frequency, and you can also see the coordinates itself.
All right. I'm gonna look it over, and I guess I need to tell my crew, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so I'm gonna make a message through the computer, and it's gonna say, to all crew members, meet on the top deck. We have a new mission, and I'm gonna send it out for Daddy to send it to everybody.
As it's being feeded in, I'm just going to loop it straight through. Attention all crew. Meet on top deck for a new mission.
Yes, Daddy.
You're definitely going to regret greenlighting that name.
Alright, and then after that, I'm gonna head to the top deck.
Head that way.
Alright, I'll go too.
I'm gonna go too.
After a long, arduous workout, I'm gonna go up there.
God, please shower.
Alright, I shower. Fine.
Please shower.
Hold on.
And it's one of those like Star Trek Sonic showers, so it literally only takes like 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
3 minutes. You're going to make the captain wait 3 additional minutes before your travel.
Would you rather have Zach yell at him because Zach hates like sweat?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh my god.
Are you a germaphobe?
Zach is a little bit of a germaphobe.
I love that.
He's like, you have to be clean and present. Like, I don't care if it takes 3 extra minutes. I will sit in my chair and you will be clean.
As long as you have a good excuse.
I'm gonna
not the one
have
in charge of my cleaning.
because you're a fucking robot, Steven.
I like scrub with like sanitizer wipes. Just like, stop being so dirty.
I'm gonna have
That's
Reva put
impossible.
on a like shawl and she's gonna walk over.
All right, as you all basically leave your typical hangout spots, you all collect in the cockpit. It's about in Earth time. I would say it's about like 10:30 in the morning.
Right, am I even awake?
To be fair,
Clearly.
I'm in space.
Barely Zach's awake.
Well-
because to be fair,
But yeah, no, you first this time.
I was just going to say, time is not exactly the same when we have nothing to base it on. Our sleep schedules can be very much aligned to the time being, whatever we need it to be when we're not having any.
You ultimately sleep when you want.
Yeah.
But sometimes there is a schedule still that you have to follow. But because you don't have a real time system when you're just in the emptiness void of space, time is kind of literally what you want it to be. until you find yourselves on a planet, and then you gotta take like a day to adjust.
Right.
All right.
Time is relative.
Jet lag.
So,
now we're all in the cockpit.
So all of you collect on the cockpit. Azriel the wolf, who is always standing next to Bite, just kind of looks at everyone. He just sorry, I keep on calling her a he. I mean she. I'm sorry.
How dare you misgender the fucking wolf, Evan?
Damn. Azriel just starts like. She just kind of looks around at everyone. She just smiles in like a pit bull kind of way. She's like wagging her tail. She's just happy to see everyone.
All right. I'm guessing you all know why I summoned you here today.
Actually,
the
we have
basics
no
that you told
idea.
us.
Go ahead.
It seems that we have a distress call.
Is it hookers?
No, it's not hookers, Bite.
And like,
Like
that,
you've lost me.
Oh my goodness.
Go on,
All right,
Zach.
crew. Let's think about this. Now, I'm not sure if DK has actually decoded or if we're close enough to decode the message. But from his coordinates, it seems to be this planet. I'm not quite sure on the decoding either.
Where is it coming from?
DK, you would know that according to the coordinates, the source of the signal seems to come to about a couple light years from your position. So at hyperdrive, it would take about like 10 minutes to get there.
Okay. So we don't know if it's an actual planet or not.
You don't know what it is. You just know that whatever the signal may be, it's using an official Federation channel. So whoever is sending it is using like a Federation computer.
I'm gonna assume because it's a computer, it's on a planet.
How
I'm gonna-
Our ships have many computers.
How would-
dare you, Captain? What's am I?
Exactly. Daddy's a computer.
Daddy is a different type.
My dad is a computer.
I hate it when mom and dad fight.
I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
Estimated time to destination is T-minus 10 minutes if hyperdrive is used. Approximate distance is 4 light years. No information as to variation of signal source is available.
Carly, were you about to say something?
No, I just said I hate it when mommy and dad fight.
I don't like the term being called mommy.
It's the hair.
Mommy, but Daddy just got
You're
called
so
Dad.
pretty though, Captain. Anyway. Well, I doubt it's a trap. It would be strange for it to be a trap.
I mean, if it is a trap, we'll just kill them.
That is also an option.
Well, we can
Straightforward and
also just talk and see if it's actually a distress call. Not everything needs to be led to violence, you guys.
That's fair.
Oh, but violence is fun.
Is there any way we can contact this ship back?
Daddy, you would be able to see that because of the nature of the signal, it is purely just an output. There's no real way to actually respond.
This broadcast frequency has no return bandwidth. It would not be possible to send a return message at this time.
Your call cannot be completed as dialed.
I'm trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Alright,
It's your call, Captain.
I am going to roll a d20, and that will choose my decision. I'm roll a d20.
All
Very
right.
well.
Alright, I guess we're going.
D20 or roll.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 16.
Oh, alright.
Was it like an even odds deal?
Yeah, it was gonna be odds. We wait until we get another distress call, and then evens we go. So I got
All
a
of a
16. We're
sudden, we
going.
just start
Can
hearing
that be a thing where like
blaring
Zachary
noise.
flips a coin or something to make decisions? Like
Oh my god, I
or something?
love that!
He like takes off his monocle and cleans it. He's like, oh, all right, here we go.
The coin says you die, Batman.
All right. With that said, DK, do you activate the hyperdrive?
Hyperdrive activating.
Are we that
Estimated
far?
time of arrival is T
7
minus
minutes.
2 light years away.
minutes.
Oh.
I mean,
Everybody hold on to your butts.
hyperdrive.
And into my
Hold on to your butts.
Hyperdrive activates, and you all feel nothing. The ships in this era are so advanced that you do not feel any sort of pressure G's on your person whenever a ship goes to hyperdrive. And to answer Kaston's question, if you were to just go at your normal speed, it would probably take actually a couple years to get to the ship, but because the hyperdrive lets you surpass light years, it's only taking a few minutes.
We still age 20 years for some reason.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm the only human on this ship. I would be an old man.
Yeah, what am I
don't
called?
technically have a form, so
If I'm an
I
elf,
don't age.
what does that make me in this?
An Elvar.
Elvar, got it.
Estimated time of arrival T minus 24 years.
It'd be something like that. However, thankfully, 15 minutes go by, and automatically the ship senses that it is reaching its destination, and you are instantly yanked out of hyperdrive and back into normal space.
for some reason Reva just voms. No, I'm kidding.
And it's just sparkles.
You didn't take your Motrin, did you?
And before you are two different sights. To the right, you see a massive orange and green planet. It is quite large, but it seems to be just your typical terrestrial planet. Your scanners are already automatically giving it like a quick little express analysis. It's a terrestrial planet, seems to have many different Earth-like environments. It does pick up some strange readings, though the ship isn't able to really decipher them at this time. However, your ship is then zeroing in on that distress signal, and you realize it's not coming from the planet itself. And as you all slowly shift your gaze to the left, you actually see what looks like a ship. A secondary ship that seems to clearly have seen better days. Your ship automatically activates beams of light to shine on to the hull of the ship, and you realize this is not just any ship. This is an official Galactic Federation science vessel, and it's frigate size, too. And you can already see from the beams of light coming from your ship that there's a lot of damage done to the hull of this ship, and a lot of it looks like char blast marks. This ship wasn't just in distress, it was attacked. But beyond that, you're not picking up anything else in the immediate area.
Can we see any life signs aboard the vessel?
Daddy, roll me another intelligence check.
Don't let me down again.
Every time.
How much this thing?
Do you guys like my little phantom that keeps walking back and forth?
It's the image of Zakui's sister, who is always there in his mind to keep him motivated.
Oh,
That was sad.
that was really cute. That was a good, wow, good job.
Yeah, that's right. I read all your backstories. Be afraid. DK, what did you roll?
14.
14. All right. Your scanners are actually able to penetrate the hull of this frigate, and you do pick up some life signs, but any kind of signals that you're picking up are either coming in very small or very weak. At this time, though, it's a safe assumption that there might be some survivors, but it's not definitive.
Faint signs of life are detected. Unclear as to whether survivors are expected from this encounter.
Well, then, do we want to go inside, and do we want to see if we can find them.
Why don't we look for the source of where that distress signal was sent?
It's coming from the frigate. I told you. I said that.
Sorry.
Revel looks at Keyston and goes, that's exactly what I just said.
Sorry.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry.
I was distracted by.
You're so beautiful, Reva. I just got distracted.
Nebula tatas.
Hashtag forever alone.
Yeah. Reva's just like, I'll accept that. That's fine.
I'll take that.
I don't think those burn marks
Alright.
look very familiar to me, and I'm not about.
Do you want to stay behind, Bite?
Hell no, I'm going on that ship. What do you fucking think you're doing? I just
Revel just stops by and just
Busting
goes,
alone
hold
with
on.
this is an
What
operation.
do you mean they look familiar to you?
Of course, you know where I'm from or who I used to be.
Yeah, I'm very well aware.
Those blast marks looks a lot like. Very familiar.
The space pirates are called the Quasars.
I know they're called the Quasars. I was just trying to be like, she doesn't like saying the word.
She doesn't like saying it.
Oh, okay. I thought you forgot the name. Sorry, that's
We're
on
gonna call
me.
them the Quakes.
Reva, like, her nostrils flare a little bit, like she's angry, and she just goes, if we ran into them, we're gonna both take them down.
All right, ladies, settle down. We don't know if this ship actually
know the
has
meaning
been
of that one.
attacked.
I don't know the meaning
So
of
let's
that.
settle. All right. So Zach's gonna take a moment, and he's gonna take out a coin, as we have now made that canon. He's gonna roll to see if we investigate, and we do.
He's going to
So
roll
we
the
are gonna
coin.
dock the ship. So, Daddy, put yourself in park.
Daddy, stick it in the other ship.
Stop!
I came out of the ocean because you need to stop. All right, DK. As you move the ship closer to the frigate, all of you feel this sudden lurch to your ship, and for just a brief instant, you feel just a sudden weight on all of your bodies, but then just as quickly as it comes, it quickly just leaves. You all have just passed through the frigate's LS barrier, or as what it's called in the Federation, the bubble. All ships in the Federation come with this constantly activated barrier, which basically encloses its own atmosphere and pressure. So essentially, as long as you are within the LS barrier, you can do spacewalks without a spacesuit.
Cool.
So
Wouldn't I be able to do that anyway?
You're staying on the ship.
So DK, you pilot the ship, and you are actually able to find a rather large landing pad. After going through the LS barrier, you extend the legs, and you touch down on the landing pad.
Okay. Landing procedures are ready. Ship has been docked successfully. Preparing to open boarding hatch when instructed.
All right, crew.
I'm
We're
sorry.
going to make this.
I have to make one comment.
Oh, what?
Why did when Evan said like you extend the legs, why did I think of him with like slinky legs and he just... I'm so sorry.
All
I
I'm
had
gonna
to
say
get
is,
the demon out of my body. Okay, I'm really
Evan, I need
sorry.
to ask you this for very strict reasons. How many legs does the ship have?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah, that's more than 2. Just keep that in mind, everyone. That's more than 2.
All right.
I like this.
I get it.
All right.
hate you.
With the landing legs extended and touched down, the large door at the front of the ship opens, and a ramp touches down on the landing pad.
I'm getting my guns.
Settle, Bite.
Do I
Do you-
have to?
All right, crew, settle. We don't know what's on this ship. Obviously, there's life. It could be friendly.
I'm still getting a gun.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Have your weapons ready, but do not attack unless it's my signal. Got it?
Yes,
Yes,
Captain.
Mom.
Azrael just kind of like bumps Bite.
Okay, gosh. Jeez.
All right, let's head down.
All right.
So I'm just gonna unconnect and put my battle axe arm in instead of the hollow arm that was connected. The other arm's still a hand. You've seen the image.
I'm always carrying my big sword anyway, so I don't really.
My axe is my arm, so I don't have a choice.
Right.
I just have my short sword with me all the time.
There you go.
All right. Crew, you exit out of the ship, and the moment you officially leave the ship proper, you're met with a chill. Of course, this chill is pretty standard. You are technically out in the vacuum of space, but the LS barrier that you are within the boundaries of does its best to make the atmosphere breathable, pressurized, and there is artificial gravity on the frigate. As you make your way away from the ship, you start to approach the actual hull, and ahead of you is an airlock door. And as you get closer to the door, you can actually now begin to clearly see the giant blast marks on the hull of the frigate itself. As you approach the door, it seems to light up blue, and then it opens automatically at your presence, revealing a long hallway that seems to look like it was, again, the victim of more blaster fire.
Wait, there's only one airlock directly leading to the vacuum of space. Oh, this is a very dangerous ship.
Very dangerous.
I mean, one
Right,
layer.
do the blasts still look familiar to you?
Of course they do.
Now that we're up closer?
Can I
Yeah.
can I just say, as when DK says that, Reva just looks at him, gives him like a knowing glance, and just shakes her head, and is like, "I'm not gonna touch that because I already know way too much about you," and just walks away.
She's going to the back of the pack.
Completely act as though that never happened. Pay no attention to it whatsoever, for the sole fact of no suspicion.
Anyway.
Do you... Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna walk up to one of the blaster fire, like, scorch marks, and I'm gonna touch it, and turn back to Zachary. And yes, these look extremely familiar.
Evan, based on my character's background, would they look familiar to me, or would they just look like a normal blast?
Roll me a history check.
Okay, give me a minute.
By the-
I got a 14, good sir.
Oh yeah, these blast marks definitely look familiar to you.
All right. Here's the plan. Now that we're in the ship, I need Bite and Reva to stay in the middle of the pack. We don't know if they'll freak out or anything like that. I need Daddy very
I'm
bad.
perfectly calm.
I'm not.
Kasten, you're up with me. Alon, go find something to tinker with.
Analon.
Analon. Oh, Jesus. My bad.
Reva just looks at Zach and just kind of walks up to him. Just goes, unlike some people, she glances at Daddy. I know how to calm my emotions. And she walks away.
Zach rolls his eyes at her because he's used to it. Let's continue heading.
You continue down the hallway, and already as you go down this hallway, many things become obvious to you. One, despite all of the damage that this frigate seems to have suffered, it would still appear that there is some semblance of power that is going through the station. So it seems like the main generator is still functional. And because because power is still going through the station, it looks like life support is still active as well. As you continue through the hallway, you go through another door, and you come across what seems to be some kind of not so much a welcome area, but it seems like the immediate room that manages incoming and outgoing ships and pods and whatnot. And you can already tell that this room is trashed. There's like fires in some spots, and you even do see a couple bodies. Not just Federation bodies, and you can tell that they're Federation because they got uniforms, but there are other bodies here. And some of you may recognize the uniforms that these guys wear. It's the uniform of the Quasars. It's at that moment also that you hear a small noise coming up from just ahead.
Oh God, no, not into that.
Who would you say is at the front of the group?
It's me,
yeah.
Jason.
Okay, Kasten and Zakui, I would like you both to roll me perception checks.
I got told to leave.
Perception.
What's
Perception. Great.
I hear Ani in the background.
There you go.
Hi, Peanut.
So I have a +3, so I have a 16.
16, and Kasten, what'd you roll?
A 4.
Kasten, unfortunately, you are too engrossed by just the sheer damage and punishment that this room seems to have taken. You're just trying to figure out just what the hell happened here. Zakui, you hear the noise, but a little worse than that, you recognize the noise. You look ahead, and you actually see, chewing on one of the bodies, is this tiny little insectoid reptilian creature, no bigger than a guinea pig. It has a body that looks very much like a slug with like the mouth and head of a praying mantis, and it's got like 4 little ant-like legs.
That's gross, Ev.
And it's just like, and there's like 3 of them, and they're both like just gnawing on like the side of one of these human bodies. Typically these creatures are known as these creatures are known as telexials, but really people in the Federation just call them sluggers. And they're really no more than the equivalent of what is basically space rats.
Okay.
Fun.
Captain, Zach.
up? Yes,
Can I eat one of those?
No!
Nom nom.
Bite. As much as I would love to see you in agony, I have to say no.
Gosh, damn it! You never let me do anything fun.
I let you
Rama
do
just
on
like,
occasion.
why are you like this?
As
Don't wanna
you
waste stuff, right?
As the group itself moves a little bit more through the area, the 3 little sluggers gnawing on the body, they all kind of sense movement. They kind of look at you, and they all scurry off.
What is it?
I know.
Smart rats.
Bite, do you chase?
Yes, for a little bit until Zach says no.
Okay, Bite, you break away from the group. You split the party, and you chase after.
An hour in, and we've already split the party.
This is going to be an interesting campaign already.
Yep.
Bite.
Zach is going to walk a couple of feet forward, and then he's going to pretty much like yell at Bite to stop and to get back into the line.
Okay, Bite, I would like you to roll me an athletics check. Zakui, I would like you to roll me a persuasion check.
So that's a 16 on the dice. Where am I going for persuasion? Skills?
Can I
I
help?
was told to go find
Can,
stuff.
can I help Zakui?
How would you help exactly?
Persuasion is a +5. So I have like a natural 20. No,
it's not a natural 20.
Well, not natural, but it's 21.
Wait,
I guess I'll save it.
I
okay.
got a 20.
I have 21.
Oh!
One
This is
point
going to be an
higher.
interesting campaign.
Okay, Bite, I need you to roll a charisma saving throw. The DC is 21.
Okay.
I was told to leave and go find something to tinker with.
Don't shock anybody.
Well,
You know, if
Well,
you
if I'm
tinker
gonna
with it
guess,
different enough,
waiting-
you might make it compatible for Daddy's to plug in.
possibly. Go find a terminal somewhere.
All right.
I,
Find out what happened.
Charisma saving roll. $14.
14. Unfortunately, Bite, as fast as you were not able to catch any of the sluggers because unfortunately Zakui's voice just rang out a little too authoritative. And it did, and while you are not one to typically obey your commander, it did unfortunately distract you long enough for all 3 sluggers to get away.
Damn it, I almost had them. Why do you
Ram?
always...
do you realize where we're at?
Yeah, we're on a ship with dead bodies.
Bye. This is dangerous.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Reva, during all of this, Reva just looks at one of the quasars and just kicks him, and then just spits on him.
As we see it, I'm just going to walk up behind Reva. Who's having trouble controlling their emotions now?
She just turns around.
Could I check? Could I check to see if
just-
any of the quasars are still alive?
Hold on.
Hold on, before you guys do, because actually before you all decide to go on tangents, Anilon was trying to say something.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ty. That's my
No,
fault.
it's all good.
Anilon,
I was
you...
just gonna go try and find a terminal.
Okay, Anilon, roll me a perception check. And at the same time, Kasten, roll me a perception check. Well, actually, no, not perception. Kasten, roll me investigation.
All right, that's good.
Am I
'cause
also
my investigation is
supposed to be
way better.
No, your perception.
Okay. 17.
All right, 17. And Kasten, what did you roll?
19.
All right, perfect. You both triumph. Kasten, we're actually going to start with you. As you start to go over the bodies of the quasars, and you all know this is common knowledge, the quasars don't really have a single set race. It's all just a melting pot of different races that all decided to basically just go F you to the government and just do whatever they want whenever they want in order to just get by and flourish in the universe.
It's good to know they're not prejudiced.
Oh no! If that, what was that, Bite?
I was like, oh no, they were. They're
Oh.
prejudiced against the Federation people.
Kasten.
Then,
Yes?
never mind. It's okay.
No, what was
Go
it?
ahead.
No, I was gonna say something to Daddy, but the moment's passed, so
Oh.
never mind.
Kasten,
Mommy
as
and Daddy are fighting.
Kasten,
I'm about
as,
to throw hands
Okay.
is what's gonna happen.
all right, Kasten, as you investigate the bodies, unfortunately, fortunately, because you hate these guys, fortunately, you're able to tell that all quasars, at the very least in this room, they are all completely dead. Some have been killed by blaster fire, some have been killed by what looks like friendly fire or concussive blasts. There are even a couple here that seem to have been killed by severe lacerations, and from what you can tell, almost like bite marks, and very big bite marks at that.
I don't like this. This
Israel's with us, right?
is very strange, and the fact that they are the only ones in this room is very odd to me.
What'd you find, Kasten?
Well, most of the deaths here are either by firing or friendly fire or lacerations. But the problem is that I rolled? I didn't mean to. Forget that roll.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that there's no one on an opposite side that's dead here.
Oh no, there are dead Federation scientists here.
Oh, there are? Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay, sorry.
Everybody dead.
Everybody's dead.
Everybody's dying.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
Analon, you said, what did you roll for your perception check?
It was a 17.
All right, 17. Which this was actually a pretty low DC considering that there's still power in this frigate. However, you are able to find a working console that seems to be intact enough for you to be able to access information.
Awesome. Guess I'm just gonna try and find a place to put Daddy into their system and see if it's safe for him to be in there and access it quicker. He can access it quicker than I can.
That's true.
All right, Daddy. Do you insert yourself?
Okay, after functioning, I insert myself into the unknown, into an unknown vessel with little to no preemptive measures.
All right, so Daddy, you shove your fist into the hole.
Oh dear.
What the fuck did we start here?
We started.
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I started this? No. You decided him to be called Daddy.
No. Okay, me and Steven were just goofing around one day and he just started coming up with acronyms and shit, and I was like, you know, it'd be really funny. And I didn't expect him to actually do it.
Well, now we've got
Rule
Daddy
number
fisting
one,
a...
always expect him to do it.
Well, now we got Daddy fisting a ship, so Daddy, fist away.
Daddy, as you shove your long metallic shaft into the hole.
So, Daddy, did you?
Hold on. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. You are actually able to pretty much right away tap into the main network of the ship, and you are able to access a lot of the ship's data. Unfortunately, a lot of the data itself has been corrupted just from damage done to the ship's mainframe, but you are able to come up with some written logs, which seems to be written by the main scientists who were the prime crew members of this frigate. From what you're able to discern, this is indeed a Federation vessel. It departed from the planet Velen about let's say 5 months ago, and Velen is like one of the capital planets of the Federation. It's like one of the hubs of civilization. And it looks as though this frigate's main purpose was to basically remain in orbit above the planet, which you guys saw when you first arrived in the area. Officially, this planet is logged as Tallon 4. And apparently, the main mission of this frigate was that they received some strange readings from the planet's surface. Apparently, not that long ago, the planet itself was recently struck by a rather large asteroid. Now, normally, when a planet is struck by an asteroid, it can cause quite a lot of environmental devastation, much like how the asteroid did that killed off the dinosaurs from, like, billions of years ago in Earth's history. However, while there was indeed some devastation, it wasn't that destructive. And yet the logs seem to mention something. It would appear that ever since the asteroid hit the planet itself had been undergoing some changes. Changes to the environment, to the weather. Overall, things seem to just be plain out of whack on the surface of Tallon 4, and that was the frigate's main purpose. It was to try to figure out what exactly is happening to this uncharted planet. Well, it is charted, but it was never really touched upon. It was no one really paid attention to Tallon 4 until the asteroid hit.
Tallon 4, experiencing unknown or unpredictable changes to atmospheric pressure, weather dilation, and such events based on a recent activity of a meteor strike, of an asteroid strike. This vessel has been in orbit after being dispatched 5 months fire. That is all the information I have gathered thus far.
Zach's gonna take a moment and process the information that Daddy has given him. What do you guys think?
Oh,
think
we're
Daddy
all in
just
the
did
same room
something.
with them?
Yes.
I didn't get to. Okay. You
I
never
think
said
Daddy
that,
just
Evan.
fisted
Oh, I'm
us
sorry.
Without protection.
Yeah, I thought that I was just hanging out.
No. You're all in the same room. You've all exited the hallway, and you're all in this welcome area.
Which is littered by.
Quite the welcoming reception.
I was unaware because I thought that he was in a completely different room because that's how you made it sound.
No,
Oh, no.
Daddy's been behind us. Analon's in another room.
No, because I'm the one who got
No,
the terminal.
No, all of you are in the same room.
Gone to the terminal.
Evan, I'm deeply confused about where everybody is. I'm gonna
Oh.
tell you that right now.
All of you have been in the same room this entire time.
So we all just watched him fist that thing,
Yes, we did.
and then he told us all that information.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a few ideas of what we could do.
I wonder if I can get the ship running again.
That's not a good idea.
From this point, would I be able to turn on the engines?
So you want to fist her and turned her on. Okay.
Hell yeah!
How did we get
Don't blame him.
We started from the bottom, and now
Usually
we're
it's
here.
the other way around, but I mean, whatever you want.
You can certainly try. Go ahead and roll me another intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
Good soup.
So are all Federation ships laid out about the same way?
There are different models of ship based on different purposes. This is typically classified as like a science frigate, and all Federation science frigates do kind of follow typically the same kind of design. You got a 9?
Yeah.
All right. You do seem to find the coding scripts to be able to connect yourself to the mainframe that works the engine. However, for some reason, you just aren't able to access it remotely from here. If you want to try to get the power started, you're going to have to actually go to the generator room.
I can help with that.
I will tell
Sounds like a plan.
Remote access to engines is unavailable at this time. In response to his saying he about turning the ship on. But
So
it's awesome.
you went in dry and she didn't like it. I'm sorry.
Alright, let's not bother turning the ship on. We clearly have the planet to worry about. Riva, what do you think as our diplomat? Should we go to this planet, or...
Do we know what the planet's called?
Tallon 4.
Tallon 4.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I'm glad you asked because
Robbie
I
was
forgot
spacing
to.
out.
Yep, I'm so sorry. Do I know that planet of?
Roll me a history check.
Another one. This time I'm gonna actually use one of my dice because I have a bad relationship with D&D Beyond dice. Oh, that one's better. I got a 17.
All right. Tallon 4, pretty much known throughout the Federation as just a rather unremarkable planet. It was charted, but it was never really explored, mostly because up until now there was never really anything interesting about the planet, so it's never really had any people just get on the surface for whatever reason. Mostly it's just, it's the fourth planet of the Tallon system. That's pretty much all the Federation seems to care to know about this planet. But again, it wasn't until the asteroid hit it that they decided to send a science vessel because of all the very strange readings.
I mean, I don't really know anything about any of the people on the planet, but I feel like if that's where we're gonna find most of our clues, that's where we should go.
Alright.
I'm sure
gonna
you'll find a
go-
way to still charm them, Reva.
I'm gonna go with
Quit flirting.
Reva's, suggestion about going onto the planet. So, Zach turns to the crew and he's like, guess we're gonna go land on this planet. I need everybody back on ship.
All right.
Sweet.
As you all do so, before you start to get closer to the door to head back out, you hear a chunk, 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 and you hear what seems like a loud banging metal on metal. And
Me
then
and Azrael immediately turn around.
and then
Got
silence.
it already.
And then
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. What were you gonna say?
No, it's okay. Never
No,
mind.
no. We're not proceeding until you tell us.
I was gonna say I immediately turn and I look at Daddy and I say, "What did you do?"
Yeah, I was bordering on making a joke like that. But I forget. Is this ship floating in space?
No,
Yes.
it's. Oh, I thought it was crap.
It's in orbit.
It's
an orbit around the Tallon.
There's an orbit around it that it has its own personal orbit. But
Oh,
it's floating.
I thought we were on a. Okay, this entire time I thought that it was like shot down.
Okay.
No. The ship was attacked, and it's currently just drifting derelict, still in.
Apparently, I'm just off today. I'm so sorry.
Well, sweetie,
Reva's just been vibing this whole time, basically.
she's a nebula. She's a nebula person. She is a vibe.
She's getting high off of cosmic vibes right now, basically.
And
this air.
What the hell is wrong with me today?
sweetie, you've just been through a lot today, so you don't have to apologize for that. We love.
Really.
Yeah.
It's like I had a headache.
Sweetie, you had a headache that kicked your ass.
I'm fine now.
The
like I
thing
took
is
my
though,
drink.
the fact that it has its own orbit to me implies that it's been there for a while.
Well,
But-
again, the ship still the frigate still has power. So the generator is still functional, but it's just barely keeping things running just to make sure that the frigate doesn't crash.
Okay, all right, I get it.
But beyond
Like-
no, you
I was gonna say it's like the e-brake on a car.
exactly.
That's a good way
Okay,
to look at that.
alright.
Yeah.
However, after all of that banging, and after Reva just gave a "What did you do?" to DK, you all feel a shudder and what sounds like a stretching of metal. I need everyone to roll me acrobatics saving throws.
That's
Just a deck
I
save.
know I ask this every time, but I just want to make sure that's dexterity, right?
Yes, both athletics and acrobatics are dexterity.
Okay.
Athletics is strength.
Oh, athletics is...
Why? I got a nat 1.
To be
And
clear, can we
22.
I got an 11.
18.
Can we see the effects? Because if we can see it, I have advantage. Barbarian thing.
That is the most real I've ever heard you get, Carly. Honestly.
Unfortunately, okay, here's how things are going to work. First off, to answer DK's question, no, you are not going to be able to have advantage with this one because you didn't know beforehand what was going to happen.
Got it.
And as for Reva, hold on. Anywho, what basically happened was that before you guys realized, the entire metallic floor under you has completely fallen apart, and you are now all. Liam, are you giving me your roll, or do you have something to say?
I have something to ask.
Yes.
Wouldn't Reva get advantage because she can float?
Do I?
You know, you are the space version of a Kalishtar, so you know what? Yeah, roll me again.
Look at Caston being
See what
a
happens when I actually pay
Romeo.
attention?
I got a 19 this
There you
time.
go!
Yeah.
There you go!
10 more than me. Yeah.
I love how everybody's so worried, yet the human has fallen.
well.
Wait, what did you get?
Yeah, Zachary, what did you roll?
I got an 11.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, I was about
Yeah.
to say that's
Thank God.
better than what
Then I should be
got
fine
the
too. I
first
rolled a
time.
13.
Did you get an 8?
And he got a 9.
Oh, poor daddy.
However, with the metal floor broken up completely before you, you find yourselves falling for quite a few feet, actually. However, everyone that rolled above a 10, you are able to all safely land on your feet. Reva, in this case, just kind of like hovered over the floor a little bit, Princess Peach style, and then she just daintily, like, put her toes on the floor. DK, as you fall, you see a wisp of gray and purple flash right next to you, and...
Uh-oh.
Sweet, that was a 16. Azriel himself is able to basically kick off from the wall and is able to catch you on her back before you crash on the floor. So, none of you have suffered any falling damage here.
I'm going to take on 2 questions here.
Hold on, before you ask me those questions, Analon, did you roll?
Yeah, I got an 18.
Okay, then yeah, you're fine. Okay, DK, what was your roll?
Roll.
I mean, what was your question? Your 2 questions.
Okay. First question. Do I still have my arm? Because did my arm get ripped off from being connected to the thing? Or
No, you pulled it out before everyone fell, so you're fine.
You pulled out.
You safely pulled out.
You're quick. You've gotten used to it.
God, it's...
I need to ask you just to make sure that Azriel's alright.
Azriel rolled a 19 as well, so Azriel is like the size of a horse, so she is able to handle your weight.
Okay.
She's able to handle your thickness.
She's able to handle your girth. Is it hard to bear, Piccolo?
That's so
My
wrong.
power's weight, it's girth.
Somebody help me. Please come rescue me.
No! All of you, in some form or another, safely land in what looks like a very large, like, underfloor of the ship. You're not, like, any kind of, like, between-floor vents or anything. You're just on a lower floor. And you realize that this is a very large laboratory. There's like tanks with what look like decayed and deceased creatures inside, and there's more dead bodies of scientists, other Federation officers, and even more quasars. As you kind of survey the area of where you landed, you actually do hear some noises, and you realize that this room may be the source of those faint life signs that DK was able to find.
Then should I investigate again to see if there's anyone alive?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Alright. Come on. Ah! 7.
All right, I'm gonna investigate because Zach is like highly curious of what's going on.
Yeah, we're in a Shinra lab is what's going on right now.
18 on the dice.
All right. Kasten, unfortunately, you're not able to bring yourself to focus because you're just kind of like, you're still kind of getting over that shock of like, oh, I fell. Oh, I'm okay.
My heart's still pounding.
Yeah, your heart is still pounding. You're just taking that extra second to like, okay, calm down, I'm fine. Zachary, you are still like stoic and resolved even from that fall. And you're able to see that a lot of those noises seem to be coming from like some of the bodies. And you realize that there actually might be a survivor or two here just still clinging on to some shred of life. As you move, you seem to have landed on like what looks like the upper rafters of this laboratory. There's like still some broken but active like computer consoles and holo displays. You see more bodies of scientists with like blaster fire, and a bunch of them with like those weird lacerations and bite marks on them. But as you look ahead, you see that buried underneath a bunch of metallic rubble is one human scientist, and he still looks to be alive.
Okay, so I'm gonna dart over to him.
I'm gonna follow.
Do I need
Yeah,
to-
I'll
do I
join.
roll anything for that since we're in the rafters?
Yeah, you see him. You don't have to roll anything to
Okay.
get to the survivor.
So we're gonna. I'm gonna lead part of the crew over to the human, and I'm going to pull. You guys lift. Sound good?
All right.
Okay. I don't know if we need to roll for that.
Well, okay, so
We
wait,
need to
so
strength.
I'm guessing that we're lifting him up.
I'm gonna pull him out.
Lifting up whatever's on top of him.
You guys are gonna lift the rubble
got
up,
you.
so we
Okay.
can get him out of it.
That makes more
Okay.
sense.
you're doing fine, sweetie.
You got this.
Actually,
No, I'm actually being serious.
It sounded sarcastic as hell.
Yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? Hold on.
Oh no. No, I don't want diabetes. Quit it. You're too cute.
Don't
one moment.
The
There you
DM's
go.
throwing a charisma saving throw.
Here, I'll roll for him. He got a 17 on the dice.
That's not bad.
I think he might succeed.
Well, we're having a strength roll.
I'm
I got a
so
19
fascinated
on
by
the
what's going on.
I actually think I've got a way to make this easier on us. Once Devin
What?
gets back,
It's
I'll
fine,
have
it's
an idea.
empty.
What is he doing?
Actually, you.
Being a fucking
I
dork.
can't believe. Actually, Daddy, you just gave me an idea that I think I might use too.
Evan,
Yes?
instead of actually wasting time trying to lift it, can I put my axe arm down into the rubble and use it as a
Oh.
tension lever? Because that should make it.
Oh, to like
seem
twist the blade to kind of like lift it?
Yeah.
If he can't get
Oh!
a crowbar, I can help him put it under.
And can I look for some maybe spilled oil or anything around here that might be able to we might be able to help the scientist slip out?
Gotta lube him up first.
Poor Daddy has his way with him. Yes.
Why don't you just use his own blood?
Are we?
We don't want to make him sticky.
Not yet, anyways. You gotta wait until afterwards.
I don't
Dude, he's
remember the
going
first
for
Song of the
Carly
Wilds
first.
episode being this chaotic. I just want to say he's beating her with Starbucks.
Hey, we are not sponsored by Starbucks. You should have covered the logo.
I don't think that's a very good sponsorship, even if we were.
I know.
Starbucks just wrecked your shit.
We are not sponsored.
Okay.
There's a grande for you.
Okay. I'm gonna go rapid fire here. Kasten, unfortunately, you don't have to roll for that. There is no oil where you can see because people haven't used oil for thousands of years.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
And DK, your question of using your axe blade as a temper lever, you can do that, and because that's going to be a much more efficient way of lifting, you're the only one that has to do a strength check, and I'm going to give you advantage. And
I still gotta pull the dude out.
yeah, but you don't have to roll for that because the dude's a dude. He's not like super heavy.
Come on,
Dude is a
Captain,
guy.
you got
Zach
That's the
is
nat
not.
20
Whoa.
plus 2.
Okay, so DK, as you put your axe under, your original intention was to just kind of tip it a bit to lift up the metal, but unfortunately you twisted way too quickly and the metal plate is like fucking launched.
Yeet.
Does it break anything in the room?
Yes, it embeds itself in a wall.
Okay, so I'm
Okay,
just,
That was
so
awesome.
Okay, I would remind you that we are in the vacuum of space, and any walls that get destroyed will blow us out of here.
There,
Technically,
We're
wait,
on
hold
accident.
on.
The
This
ship
is
has
really
its own
funny. Hold on. Reva just goes, technically, I am space. I'll be fine.
also, technically, all of you would be fine because there's the LS barrier around the frigate, which I
that's true.
described before.
That is also
That's what I
true.
was just gonna say. Kasten, you idiot. There's a barrier around the ship.
okay.
Kason, I'll protect you. I'll just let my body go, and I'll just make a bubble around everybody.
I'm not going to complain about that.
So wait, is Reva like Hooker Elastigirl?
Basically, I had this, and I actually kind of liked this a lot that Evan and let me do this. Technically, Reva is genderless because she doesn't technically have a form. She just prefers the female body type. So technically, she
Same.
is the
Same.
gay.
That's Analon too. Analon just chills in a male form. Even
Yeah,
though
right?
he's
I mean,
genderless.
technically, we have two kind of genderless people in your crew. It's a way to be inclusive.
Actually, if you're going to be technical like that,
Daddy, I don't want to hear
not a
shit.
person. I'm
That, you know what? That's true.
Almost all of us are genderless.
Am I the only one that has a true gender here?
No, I'm.
I
That-
have a true gender too. I just don't care who I see.
Yes, Brittany, that is correct. You have a penis.
I have. No, I'm not gonna say
I have a penis.
I have penis envy.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, moving on, because we keep on getting off of tangents, and I actually do want to end this at a certain point before we say goodnight.
You still have an hour and 20 minutes before we are fine.
And it's Friday.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm up all night anyways.
DK, as
He
you
doesn't sleep.
DK, as you flipped over the metal plate, all of you are unfortunately met with a gruesome sight. This guy covered up that was originally covered by the metal plate, he too is covered in just large lacerations and bite marks.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, but he's only got like a minute left.
Hold on. Before he passes away, I want to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Oh!
Which
I
I
want
guess
to cast
would
Cure
be
Wounds.
what, a potion? What would it be in?
Okay,
Type
Zach.
pushing out.
Okay, that's fine because he's in the same room with you, right?
Yeah, he's literally in the same room as me.
Okay, Zachary. In this case,
Okay. Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
Okay.
all right, Zachary. In the world of the Great Poison, when you cast Cure Wounds, technology has advanced enough to a degree where you actually do have a small medical device which will emit a beam of special green radiation that accelerates physical tissue healing.
Oh, I like that.
So I got a 15 on the dice. So now I guess I roll a d8. Is this a d8? This is a d8. I haven't played this in a long minute. So that's +4, +1, so 5.
All right.
To
So your device is able to at least stitch up the majority of the wounds, but as far as you can tell, the damage has already been done. He's lost way too much blood. He's not going to last.
he'll last just a minute.
We better convince him as fast as possible to tell us everything.
Can I walk over to him and cast Charm Person?
Why
Not-
would you want to check a dead person? Are you a necrophilia?
Well, no.
Well, he's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet.
He's
Well,
not
he
dead
will
yet.
be in a minute.
I can talk fast.
And
So
I actually, my persuasion is +9. So, I mean, maybe I could try to convince him to tell us a bunch of stuff.
That is
And
so
I thought I was
cute.
the freak of the group.
Yeah, but Reva's the actual counselor of the ship.
Yeah, she's the actual diplomat, so she needs to go first.
Okay.
So I walk over to him and he's gotta make a where is it? There he is. He's gotta make a wisdom saving throw of 12.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna roll for that. The guy is too weak and he's dying that he just succumbs to the charm. So this scientist with what little strength he has left just like slowly turns his head and he's just looking right into your eyes, Reva.
I whisper in Reva's ear. I say you're his guardian angel.
Hi, my name is Reva. Can you tell us what happened here?
He takes a moment to try to catch his breath despite the sheer pain and his life just leaving his body, but you are able to make out a couple words. Studying planet quasars. Watch out for the
Wait.
big one. And you see him slowly raise a hand, and he like points away down to like the main floor of the laboratory, because again, you guys are like in the upper rafters, like the second floor of the lab itself. And if you recall, in the middle of those labs are like 3 giant tanks filled with what looks like creatures.
Is this like Alien Encounter?
No.
Okay.
That's the game that's based on.
However, one of the
got really excited.
however, one of the tanks is broken.
Oh,
So
no.
it is like Alien Encounter.
Oh, we never told everybody, for the Twitch viewers, what the internal game is to guess what the D&D campaign was based off.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, this
We never told anybody.
this campaign is based off of one of my favorite video games. So anyone watching still in the chat, the first one to guess what game this campaign is based off of gets a prize. Don't know what that prize is yet.
I was about to say, don't tell people that. Don't make promises you can't keep, motherfucker.
Oh, I never said I
New
promised.
car!
I would personally get them at just any one of the, just £100 in D&D, $100 in D&D books. There, buys.
I just said.
I have like $200 to $300 worth of D&D stuff on my desk currently.
I have all of them.
I'm
I've all
fine.
of
I
them.
don't need another book.
So Reva, what were you saying?
So Reva just kind of looks at the crew and goes, I think that we should go to the laboratory.
Well, you're already in the laboratory.
Oh,
We're in
never
the
mind.
yeah, we're in the rafters. So we're like right above it.
I think we should go.
I think
How
we
close
should
is
go.
the laboratory to the engine room?
I'm sorry, Analon, what was that question?
How close to the engine is the laboratory?
It's down one long hallway.
Analon, you stay freaking here, I swear.
Told me to find something to tinker with. I found the biggest
I
thing on this
don't
ship to
know,
tinker with.
Hold on.
No.
Logically
No.
With this
speaking,
party, I will kick your freaking ass.
Reva just
I ordered her
goes.
to find something to tinker.
Reva just goes. I don't think that's the biggest thing on the ship. I think the biggest thing on the ship is what killed all these people.
Wait, Reva, what exactly was the message?
He said.
We're all there here.
He said that we're studying, and then he said the word planet, and then he said the quasars, sorry bite, and then he also said beware the big one.
Beware the big one.
If I had to take a
think
guess,
the big one is what killed all these people. I'm
At-
sorry, Keith,
Azrael.
go ahead.
At the mention of the big one, all of you hear that, and you see, like, because you're all on the upper rafters, you all just kind of instinctively kind of look over the railing, and you see what looks like 10 more sluggers, and they're all just like scurrying on the floor as a group as they all go through like a busted open door.
So there was 10 of them.
Yeah, there were 10 of them here in this
Did
room.
they look like they were running away?
You couldn't quite tell, not from this distance. You just know that they all seem to be going in one direction.
I am
Alright.
fighting the urge to chase them so hard.
I think something was chasing them. Sorry, go ahead, Daddy.
is there a security panel up here?
I'm sorry?
Is there any sort of terminal up here?
Yeah, there are still a bunch of intact terminals, a lot of them with holes you can fist.
Can I fist the ship once more to try and access the security cameras?
You can certainly try. Roll me another intelligence check.
Yes, Daddy.
Just pissed away, Daddy.
How did we get here?
He named himself Daddy.
Daddy's
Sorry,
not feeling it
Harley.
tonight, it seems.
Harley named it. That's gonna be a 4.
I just said it would be funny. I never
don't have
said
the
you had
same
to act.
sort of access.
A 4.
Yes, but
All
could I help
right.
him in a way?
Wait, Adelon, what did you say?
I don't have the same like supercomputer that an AI does, but can I help him in any way, knowing the kind of systems of its ship?
Yes, you actually can. So while Daddy has his arm in the console, Anilon, you're tinkering around, and you two are also trying to find the security camera. With him tinkering around with that and making things a little bit easier, Daddy, roll again with advantage. So this will be your advantage roll, this second roll.
Yes, Daddy.
That's going to be a 12.
All right, you actually are able to find some footage. Once again, like the science logs, a lot of this data is just way too corrupted for you to be able to make sense of anything. However, you are able to put up onto the giant display before everyone one kind of security footage. It looks to be of the hallway ahead. At first, you see nothing. And then all of a sudden you see static, and that seems to jump ahead like a couple weeks. And you all of a sudden you see a bunch of scientists running away down the hallway, and chasing after them are what looks like a bunch of figures in quasar garb. However, as these quasars are like walking towards the scientists firing their own weapons, you see a very imposing figure. Someone very tall, clearly reptilian, and he's wearing a very huge long black coat and what seems to look like a solid muzzle over a long snout. And he's got like one robotic eye. Bite, you know who this is.
Can we shut the cameras off, please? I really don't want to look at this.
Wait, would I know who he is too?
Roll. I can't believe I have to say this. Roll me your third history check.
I'm gonna stand next to Bite.
Oh yeah, I got an 18.
I'm not gonna outright say it, but Reva, you do know who this is. Though you yourself have never met this figure personally, you do know who this is.
I go by Bite, and I just immediately take her hand.
Bite's already shaking just looking at this person, this creature.
I'm literally shaking right now.
I literally cannot even.
Yeah, I can't even. And Azrael would probably growl to you.
Oh yeah, Azrael is like slowly backing away from this display, and she is growling, and all of her furs are like up in hackles right now. That being said, though, as you are able to go through the security footage, DK, you are able to find another little bit of data because you rolled an 18. You actually are able to find a route back up to the level where your ship is. You are going to have to basically go down from the rafters into the main laboratory, go down this hallway, and Anilon will be happy about this. You got to go through the engine room to get to the elevators.
Perfect. I have an
If
idea.
if I can't get it running, can I at least scrap it for parts?
Fine, that's the only thing you can do.
By the way, I would just like to give a special shout out to Raro Regal Art. They are currently trying to guess what the game is, and so far they're actually pretty close.
Oh,
Nice.
The first couple guesses were Alien Isolation and Dead Space, which are very good guesses, but unfortunately not.
Evan, if you have a xenomorph in this game, I will go in there and I will smack you.
Oh, Carly, you ignorant slut! I have way worse.
I'm
it is
scared.
not maybe the first step.
No,
Wait.
no, like, I love space.
By the way, do any of you remember this meme? You know what? Fuck you. Unleashes the Xeno Sith.
Yes.
I think I do.
Oddly hot.
So what do you guys do?
I put
I
the
am-
loop up on screen, replacing the video, just
Thank you.
as I see everyone.
Alright, replaced on the screen is a quick little holo map that basically shows that, yep, through the labs, through the hall, go through the engine room, and you get to the elevators.
Alright, so Zach's gonna turn to face the crew because we're all kind of like in a semicircle.
Oh, by the way, I would just like to mention, Reva, unfortunately, the scientist you were talking to, he's dead.
Oh,
He's dead.
Are his eyes closed?
No.
He goes over and she gently closes his eyes and says a quick prayer.
All right, all of you have come to know this prayer pretty well because she's done this a lot in the past whenever she comes across innocents who have died. It's in her native language, though, which almost kind of sounds like singing in a way. It's very light, very elegant, very airy, and it's in a language that none of you know. But you just know that whenever she says this, she's essentially wishing someone's soul to rest well and to find peace.
wait, what's her language?
Quarry, however you pronounce that. It's the language technically of the Calistars, but due to like the fact that me and Evan kind of toyed with that a little bit, it's the language of the galaxy or nebula people.
So it's not abyssal or celestial.
Nope.
The closest thing to kind of figure out a Nebulon's language is that it seems to be like some kind of mixture of Celestial and Fey or Sylvan, but at the same time, the Nebulon are just they just kind of play jump rope with that border between just a normal race and being kind of eldritch.
Because I can't. Well, I'm immortal unless I get killed.
Unless proven more.
Yeah, she is immortal, but she is not invincible.
Isn't everyone immortal until they die?
I'm sorry, Analon. Wait, hold on, Analon. What'd you say?
Isn't everyone immortal until proven otherwise?
Very true.
But technically, I had their language be basically the same as the Calistars' language, just to make it less confusing.
Makes sense.
All right, so crew members, what do you do?
All right, so Zach's looking at everybody.
Containing excitement.
So clearly Analon wants to go, and probably Daddy as well. What do you three think?
I'll go with them.
I'll go along, but I'm not happy about it.
Where are we going?
I mean, it's on the way.
Technically, he's right. We're gonna have to pass there anyway if we want to leave.
So you're gonna tinker with an engine
Yeah.
while we're on a ship.
Yep.
I can
And
assure you, the
If
safety
you
precautions
destroy
will
the
not-
engine while we're on this ship, you destroy our life support. You destroy.
I'm not gonna break it.
Are you sure?
99%.
99%. I don't.
Zach is like legitimately going to facepalm this entire conversation.
I mean, you know, if it'll help us with our hunk of junk, no offense. I would prefer to have someone that I know at least knows somewhat what they're doing. Do it.
I run a 0.02% chance of death as a result of tinkering with the engine.
There you go.
See, look at that. Those are good odds.
Fine.
All right.
All right,
Guard,
all right.
Any more quasars
in case some space hellbeast decides to attack us while this is going on.
I want everybody's weapons at the ready.
Yes,
We're
Captain.
gonna go to
Mine are, Reva, like, lifts up her hands. Mine are always ready.
All
Zach
right.
legitimately just facepalms that sentence.
All right. With the crew in agreement, you all make your way down the stairs to the main floor of the laboratories. You pass by more dead scientists and quasars, and even a bunch more of those little slugger kind of creatures. Some of them are still feasting on the corpses. The others have now taken this moment to basically all start going in the same direction you're all walking. You all pass through the hallway.
Well, that's a
And
good sign. It probably means we're not heading towards the monster then.
Oh no, it definitely means we're heading towards the monster.
as you all make your way through the hallway, you see more bodies. You see more little slugger creatures that all seem to be going in the same direction. the door opens before you, and you see before you a massive chamber of the frigate. And you see what essentially is the room itself is very tall. We're talking like 60 feet tall. And it's shaped cylindrical with a cavity in the middle, very much donut shaped. But it's very tall, and the hole itself seems to go very deep. Now, this cylinder, this emptiness, is the main generator itself, and it seems to be projecting this kind of red energy. This red energy doesn't seem to be the energy of the generator itself. Analon, you recognize this. This energy is really more of like a railing barrier so that people don't fall into the generator. So technically you could say that you're in the generator room, but the generator itself is directly below you deep in the pit of this donut cylinder. As you guys enter this room, you then hear more of that chittering, squeaking noise of sluggers. And you all look down, and you see 10, then 20, then 40, then 80. And all of them... Zachary just left! Zachary just yeeted herself! Brittany, come back!
Brittany.
Sorry,
Brittany,
my alarm was going off, and I had to turn it off.
Oh.
Okay, so that wasn't Zachary abandoning us.
Welcome back. We're at 150 now.
He would too, though.
He would leave all of you in a heartbeat. He's like, I can't handle this crew anymore.
What are we gonna do, Captain? Captain?
I'm not done yet. Oh, I'm not done. As you guys have entered the generator room proper, you realize that when you reached the end of this hallway, you felt the floor below you kind of lurch and then give and then slowly lower. And you realize that you were basically standing on a small elevator that basically took you down to the actual floor of the generator room proper.
Oh, no.
As you did so, you all hear it again. From a far distance, high above you. Ding, 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 ding. And you all look above, and there is a massive shape above you. And you realize the sluggers were not running away. They were running to this creature. And you realize as this creature climbs on the side of basically the cavity of the center of the room, it just kind of like digs its spike-like pincers into the surface of the hull, and it gives you like a giant snarly growl with green ooze just dripping from its fangs. At that moment, it digs both of its main pincers into the metal, and then it just starts hanging there right before you. And you realize, before your eyes, is a slugger queen. I would like you all to roll initiative.
Alright.
Okay, I have an idea, so I'm going to roll it still.
Hold off that idea. Let's get everyone's initiative first.
Okay, it might take a few rounds because of this.
Okay, give me just a moment. I'm going to... Okay, no one yell out or show me your initiatives. I'm going to take them all one by one.
7 to 4.
Okay, 25 to 20. Really? None of you? Okay, 20 to 15. Okay, what are your rolls?
I got a 15.
I got a 15 too.
Okay, awesome. In this case, we're gonna go alphabetical. So Carly will go first, then Sabrina will go second.
Technically, if we're going alphabetical by actual people, it would be, or by our like actual person's names, it would be by.
Yeah, but I already have it as real names here, so we'll do it character names next time. 15 to 10. No one? Okay. 10 to 5.
I got the 4.
That's a solid 5 for me.
Stephen, what did you get?
7.
Okay, and Ty, you got a 5.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then Brittany, you got a 4. Liam, what did you roll? A 3.
No, this is great.
I'm first.
Evan, should we take a break before we get this started? You think?
Yeah.
We could. All right, we're gonna come back in about like 10 minutes or so, and then we'll officially start the battle. So
right.
we'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah. that you said that via the stream. You have to give her something.
All right. Well, first off, because apparently that's the first thing that's said when we switch back the stream.
That's the game.
Is hey everyone, we're back from our little break, and as apparently it was pointed out to me, I did say that a prize would be given, and it looks like the correct person to guess it was Raro Regal Art. So thanks a lot for guessing on what the stream is.
Nice job, Soul.
Oh, you know this person?
Yeah, Soul's a friend.
Nice.
Hey.
Hold up, I might know Soul.
Evan, I
Do
will
I know
DM
Soul?
you in a moment to tell you an idea.
Okay, well, before you do that, we gotta get started here. Raro Regal Art, we have not forgotten you, nor shall we ever. We will figure out a prize for you very soon. Because I
What
do...
was the answer?
Oh, Metroid Prime.
Nice.
Metroid.
I've never played that. But
Well, now you will! And with that being said, we will now get back into our game here, as you all now fight the Slugger Queen.
Alright.
I've been waiting to use this music for a long time. Alright, first up is Reva. Bite, you're on deck. Reva, what do you do?
Well, because I'm a monk, I am. How far am I away from the creature?
I'd say about like 30 feet, but the creature's pretty big.
Well, I'm really sorry, but next time I will be more prepared, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna use Arms of Ancestral Self. And basically what that is I use a key point to summon Arms of my Ancestral Self. So now it's basically, I have like 4 arms.
Okay, so Reva pulls a Shiva.
And when I see the creature of my choice, I can see up within 10 feet away, but he's pretty big, so that's okay, right?
In this case, I'll let it slide.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do my movement first, and I'm gonna move closer to him.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, that you're gonna make this so much harder for me.
All right, and now I'm gonna roll to hit.
All right. Roll to hit.
I got a 15. Does that hit?
Oh, it hits.
Cool.
It hits hard.
Then, that's 5 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, you got some pretty good hits on it. And again, this creature's pretty big, so it's not hard to miss.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to basically still, just because I like the aesthetic, with 4 arms, use Flurry of Blows. And that's a 16.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Hit again. And that is, because I'm not that strong yet, that's only 3 points of damage. So altogether, that's 8 points of damage.
All right. Yeah, that definitely hits. All right. Is that all for you? Well, yeah, it is, because you did action, movement, bonus action. All right.
Yep.
Bite, you're up. Daddy, you're on deck.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so are we still going with the plan, boys?
How bad does it look? Up to you.
I think we're still going bad. I think we should still go with the plan. Okay, so I'm gonna use my movement to move up to where Reva is. Instead of attacking, I'm going to pick her ass up.
What?
What?
And then I'm going to send Azrael to go pick up Zach.
What? Can I
Forgive me, I guess, right?
to dodge that move?
You can run, who cares?
What about me? I can run.
Can I
I don't care.
sidestep Azrael and just not get picked
no,
up?
You can't. Don't dodge it. Just go with it.
I don't trust it because I had my own plan and I don't like this plan. I'm gonna sidestep that. I'll be like, Azrael, no.
Okay, so unfortunately, Azrael and Bite, unfortunately, Zakui, completely not understanding what the fuck is going on, just completely sidesteps the Space Wolf.
And Rob was like, wait, what? Put me down!
Nope, not letting go.
I am dodging out of the way of the space wolf because I don't understand what's going on.
All right,
I am not about to be picked up.
Sabrina, are you done with your turn?
Yes.
All right. Daddy, you're up. And, Daddy, you're up, and Analon, you're on deck. So, start... by the way, whenever I say someone's on deck, that means their turn is next, and take this time to start thinking about what your move is.
I don't have a lot of options.
Nope, because we're all pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Now there's 2 of you in here.
moving 40 feet.
Oh, I heard that one.
Access terminals within 40 feet.
Wait, guys, hold on, I can't hear Steven. Steven, what'd you say?
Are there any access terminals within 40 feet of me?
No.
Within 80 feet? And move up.
80 feet would mean going back to the lab that you all just kind of left.
I
There
would
is an
push you out
access
of.
terminal there, correct?
What?
There is a terminal there.
Yeah, you jacked into that one to show the security footage.
Yeah, I'm going to take my dash action to get the whole way there. And
What?
What?
That doesn't make any sense. Now you have an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, unfortunately it does, because you turned away from it.
Yeah, you turned away from it and used your dash. You now have an attack of opportunity on your ass. Why? This plan did not. You guys did not think this plan very through.
And at that moment, sensing the movement, the Slugger Queen, takes a deep breath, and you see its jowls are now leaking with that green fluid, and it lobs a huge blob of just green slime at the back of Daddy. Daddy, what is your AC?
And I say,
14.
bless you.
Bless you, my good sir.
14.
14? Okay. It just missed. It rolled a 10.
Perfect. So at this point, as I get to the terminal, I'm going to use my free action of speaking to advise people get out of that room. And since I can't do anything else this turn, I end turn and wait for the next round.
Okay, so with Daddy once again back in the laboratory, effectively disengaging from combat, he used his actions to jack back into the console and tell everyone over the loudspeakers to get out of the generator room. At that time, though, right after Steven, right after Daddy, is the Slugger Queen. The Slugger Queen...
So far, I almost said Davina. So far, only Reva is the only one who's actually done any physical contact to this creature. I just want to point that out.
And unfortunately, because of that, the creature sets its sights on the girl made of stardust.
And she's still being picked up by Bite.
No, so,
Who is still being picked up
I
by...
can shield you. I can shield her, okay? So I don't give a shit.
I can be your hero, baby.
It once again lobs a green sphere of goo at you. And, Reva, what's your AC?
My AC is 12.
Nice. It rolled an 8.
Oh, thank God. Man, that's my foot. Excuse me. Stop fighting.
I know. I got my dog right here, wanting to go for a walk. So.
And speaking of that, it just shot short of you, and some of the green goo did splatter when it got on the floor right next to you, and you felt it land on your foot, and it's hot. It's stinging. You realize this isn't any green goo. It's freaking acid.
Oh,
Daddy,
good.
you would have been screwed if it hit you.
Acid?
Unfortunately, it's not going to use its movement. It's perfectly fine just hanging in the donut. So,
Wait, did I gain any damage?
no, not from that, because it didn't roll high enough. That was really just for aesthetic.
Okay.
Alright, so Analon, you're up. Zachary, you're on deck.
You're muted.
So how far away did you say it was?
Right now, you yourself, you're about 40 feet from it.
Oh, perfect.
I don't like this game.
So, I suppose I'm
You're
gonna
like,
use
I'm
a
never
sharp-
playing Metroid.
I'm gonna do a sharpshooter shot with my revolver.
Nice! Alright, roll to attack.
So is there a way to auto-add sharpshooter? I've never used D&D Beyond before. Or is it just roll it and then I do the -5?
If it's a numbers thing and you're rolling it, it should be automatically added. You just gotta roll to attack.
Sharpshooter's an optional feat. -5 to the attack roll, +10 to damage. You have
So I
to do
can't
your
auto-add it?
There's no auto for D&D for sharpshooter. I've
Okay.
tried it.
10 or just +2, so 17 to hit.
Alright, yeah, that definitely hits.
Then +10 to damage.
That's 22 points of damage.
Holy! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you shot off like a huge chunk of its side and it roars out in pain, but it's like it's angry now.
Yay! And then I try to use my movement to get out of the room.
Alright, so now Ty successfully disengages from combat, but it invokes an attack of opportunity from the Slugger Queen. Analon, what is your AC?
16.
16. Ooh, that's a 19.
Ooh, hits.
Alright, yeah, it once again lobs out some of that acid on you, and unfortunately, while it may have landed just behind you, the splash of it does kind of get on your back. You take 7 points of acid damage.
Damn.
Acid.
Painful.
Alright, next up is Zachary.
I also burnt my tongue.
I just burnt my tongue. Zachary, you're up. Kasten, you're on deck.
Okay, so I'm going to move up to it, and I'm going to use Primal Savagery.
Oh!
A cantrip on myself, because clearly I can't fucking reason with this thing. And my hands, like my nails, are gonna grow sharper. Pretty much I go savage.
Bet the ladies love that when you go savage.
So I'm gonna roll a d20 to attack.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can't read this dice. I'm gonna. Is it okay if I reroll, because these numbers are shitty? I can't read that.
Take a different d20 and roll again. I'll allow it this once.
I'm gonna take this blue one because I can see all of the numbers on it.
What did you roll?
A nat 1.
It's okay, I did that.
That's what you
last
get for
time.
tempting fate.
Zachary, you feel pumped. You feel good. You feel ready. You can do it. You take your claws and you're about to swipe at it. Unfortunately, the creature's carapace is way too hard. Those nails you just extended into claws break.
Oh.
Brutal.
It's
Not only does that hurt because of what just happened, but it also fucking stings when you break a nail.
yeah. And you just felt that like 5 times at once on all of your one hand.
Oh.
You still have your other hand though. You didn't use that one yet. Is that it for your turn?
I think so. Well, I'm pretty sure a cantrip is an action, right?
You can either, because it's a cantrip, you can choose for it to be either an action or a bonus action. But I think what happened here is that casting of the cantrip was your bonus action, and then your actual attack, that was your normal action. So, and you already used your movement to get closer, so yeah, your turn's over now.
Sweet.
Alright,
Now then,
Kasten, you're up. Reva, you're on deck.
Alright, well, I guess all I can really do is try to hit it with my longsword.
Alright, so we're just gonna say you use your movement to get up to close enough to use it.
Yeah.
Alright.
D20. 11.
11 hits.
Alright. Which one do I click? Do I click the hit DC or the damage?
The damage.
Damage.
Okay.
Hit DC is whether you can hit it or not. That's what rolling a d20 is for. But because you did hit it, now you roll damage.
Okay. I've got 2. I've got one at the top that's 1d8 plus 2, and one at the bottom that's 1d10 plus 2.
That bottom one is if you're proficient.
Okay.
At least I think.
It's one-handed or two-handed, as far as I was aware.
You're a rogue, right?
Yes.
What is the weapon you're using?
Dragon Slayer Longsword.
Okay, so then you use the top one because a longsword is not a finesse weapon.
Okay.
The bottom one is the damage, but only if the weapon is considered a finesse weapon. But a longsword is not finesse, so you just roll basic damage.
All right, so that's a 5. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Yep, that definitely works. You slash a huge gash right into the Slugger Queen, and like some green aesthetic like goo just kind of comes out of the gash. Yeah, it's not pretty, but that thing is still moving. All right, we are now at the top of the round. Reva, you are up. Sabrina, you're on deck.
All right, well, I'm gonna immediately be like, fight! Let me go right now.
No, you don't understand what's going on here.
How is this helping?
Get out of this room.
I
We
need
to get out of this
No!
room.
No!
Yes.
And I shimmy and I'm out of her grasp.
Okay, so we're just gonna say that you use your movement to successfully get out of Bite's grasp.
Wow, what a great use of a turn.
And then I'm going to, for my action, use Dissonant Whispers on this thing. And basically it's just gonna hear just like nonsense. But it's gonna confuse the fuck out of him, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
My God, my character.
What's the DC for this?
12.
12? Okay, so I rolled a 5, and this thing's wisdom is like -2, so it rolled a 3. It's a wild creature. It doesn't have any intelligence or wisdom to speak of.
That was 11 points of psychic damage.
Oh yeah, that really hurts it. It's like screaming. It's screaming, and it takes one of its like secondary appendages to like scratch at its own head.
Queen Slugger hurt itself in confusion.
Exactly.
And then for my bonus action, give me 1 second. I just gotta get that. There we go. I'm gonna use another flurry of blows.
All right.
And hold on. That's a 24 to hit, so that was a nat 20, which means I get bonus points.
You double the damage.
Yeah. So I just go, I hate bugs! And I just start punching at it. So then that was, 4 points, so that's 8 points of damage.
Oh yeah, you definitely landed a blow. Jeez. All right, Bite, you're up. Daddy, you're on deck.
Okay. I'm only gonna say this once. We all need to get out of this fucking room. Now. Please. There's a reason why Daddy went back to a terminal.
You want
But
to fill
why?
them in?
Well, it'd be nice if you would explain your stuff to us first. Your
We're
plan.
in the vacuum of space. If we blow a hole in this fucking place,
Life support barrier. Life support barrier.
if there's a life support barrier, if we blow the engine of the ship, then
It shuts down.
yeah.
Oh,
it
you know
shuts
she's
down.
right there.
Then I will
Shuts
cover
down.
us in a bubble of myself and
It
fly
doesn't
us
matter.
back
We were
to the
just
ship.
gonna run back to the ship so Daddy can blow the engine, and we
Why
can,
didn't you just say that?
because I thought it would be fun to just pick you up and run.
We're a team.
By the way, I would just like to put.
Already,
By the-
Reva just goes, I've been picked up enough in my life. I do not like being touched.
By the way, I would just like to point out that even if you blow the engine, you still have to go through the engine room to get to the elevators.
Well, that's what
is why the
Analon was
Constitution
going to do.
And the elevators won't work.
And the elevators won't work.
So
Well,
what's
we're
your
fine.
big plan? fight.
It wasn't just my plan, it was Daddy's plan.
My plan
My support off in the room was the main plan.
All I'm hearing is Bite just wanted to cop a feel. That's what I'm saying.
I hope that you realize that he's an insane psycho robot.
And I'm an
Calls himself Daddy!
It's like triggered my mic. You're laughing too hard.
Clearly.
and I'm an insane psycho cat, so it works, okay? It was logical to us.
Wait.
No.
Can I just say, he killed my entire old crew.
Well, I'm sorry because I created him.
Is this really the time to be talking about this?
No, it's not.
Can you two have just one moment where you're not bickering like children? Fight the damn thing!
Ooh, I like how
Ladies, you're both pretty.
I will! And then I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna pull out my rifle and fire it. Twice.
Okay, roll to attack.
Okay.
I was like slightly turned on.
I
by
think this is gonna turn into a one-shot no matter what.
Oh, you think it ends with just this?
No, I think it just ends with all of us dying. So.
Probably accurate.
I was like, I've never seen Zach so angry before.
Right? Like, oh my. Way to take charge, boss.
It's about time.
All right, Sabrina, what is you roll?
19.
Yep, that hits.
Evan yawned and then my body was like, yawn.
Damage is a D8, right?
Yes.
Carly, no.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking spiked apple cider.
2.
That sounds yummy.
Just 2 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it stings, but you definitely did get it. This thing is actually starting to look a little worse for wear.
Said I
Thank
fired
you.
twice.
Oh,
Children.
well then what's the other one?
I didn't roll it yet.
Oh,
20.
a nat 20?
Yeah.
Okay, roll damage and then double it.
Okay.
Daddy's still in the corner fisting that time.
So 12 damage, or is 6 the... Okay, 12 damage it is. Okay, yeah. Your first shot, your gun kind of jams a bit, so that first shot doesn't go off very well, but then it fixes itself, and then you blew off one of the thing's, like, secondary arms.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Next up is Daddy. What are you doing? Oh, and Ty is on deck.
You forgot Azrael.
Oh, Azrael? Oh, Azrael! Oh my god! I completely forgot about the Space Wolf.
Wait,
all
I
right.
swear to God, if that thing is still chasing me. I'm playing Tango with a space wolf.
Okay, so Azrael is going to attempt to basically launch itself and lunge at the beast. It rolls... That's a 15, so yeah, it hits. So you see Azrael just, like, run across the floor and then just leap over Reva, and you see this giant space wolf just dig its claws right into the belly of this creature, and it just, like, chomps its fangs right into the belly, and it's just like, rip it apart. This thing takes 6 points of piercing damage. Yeah, this thing is starting to look a little rough. Alright, next up is Daddy. What are you doing?
He's going to sigh and disconnect, realizing that the others haven't been told about the plan as he thought they would have been by now. Realizing with lack of communication, he is instead of actually doing a plan that now won't work, he's going to pull out his light crossbow, which has a base range of 80 feet, which is the perfect distance to me to move as close as up to 80 feet away from the beast and fire 2 shots from my light crossbow.
Alright, roll 2 d20s for each bolt shot.
First to hit is a 20.
A nat 20?
I will check now. I'm not sure if it was natural or not because of the way it worked, the way the rolling went. It was no dirty.
Oh, a dirty 20. Okay, that definitely hits. And what's the second one?
The second one is 12.
A 12? Yep, that hits as well. So both of your attacks hit.
Okay, the first damage is 9 piercing,
9, nice.
and the second one is 6 piercing.
6 piercing. Oh yeah, this thing's definitely looking rough.
So 15.
15, nice. Alright, next up is the Slugger Queen. Realizing that it's in danger, the Slugger Queen, like, rears back its head. Now, up until now, it's only let loose, like, globules of acid. However, as it rears back its head, it then looks at you, but then moves its head to the left and lets loose with what looks like a power stream of just green fluid, kind of like a power washer, and it just is moving the stream across the floor that you guys are all standing on. I need everyone except Daddy, because he's still in the hallway. He's not in the actual engine room. So I need everyone but Daddy to roll me athletics saving throws.
I got a 17 in Evan.
All right.
I got an 8.
Oh
Oh no.
Wait, hold on.
Zach's going down.
no! By the way, I'd like to apologize for my talking. My cat was trying to attack me.
Kasten, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
All right, and Bite, what did you roll?
I'm still trying to figure out the roll. Hold on.
Just roll a d20.
97.
Just roll a d20.
Roll a d20 and add your strength modifier, because it's athletics.
Okay.
Going down. Zach's yelling timber.
And, Analon, what did you roll?
18.
18. All right.
I got 10.
All right. Unfortunately, Zachary's the only one who is not able to get out in time. Zachary takes 6 acid damage. Everyone else, you only suffer 3 acid damage.
I'm chill with that.
Alright.
Ow.
All right. All right. Ty, you're up. And Brittany, and Zachary, you're on deck.
Guess use my pistol again.
All right, use that pistol.
Something I forgot last time is I have an extra attack, so I'll take 2.
All right, do it.
That's a minus 5. 18?
18 to attack?
Yeah, to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Ooh,
For 20 points of damage.
20 points?
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Minus 5 to hit, plus 10 to attack.
Oh jeez. All right.
Sharpshooter is overpowered when mixed with a good weapon.
And that's just the first shot?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on. Let me number crunch here. Hey, Enel, I have a quick question for you. How do you want to do this?
Yeah!
Let's try to destroy this thing without destroying the ship. May I suggest that?
Yeah, I don't know if it's blood acidic, so I'm just gonna, I guess, go for a headshot, see if I can blow it off.
Okay. Adelon, you feel so freaking cocky right now.
Everybody get ready to run.
As you take your pistol and you do like the whole Han Solo thing. You like raise your pistol, you put the hand up at the back, and then you just fire. That bullet just goes like the thing is like looking at this right now. It goes through the eye, through the head, and that blast goes outside the other head. The creature's mouth just kind of goes slack-jawed. Both of its like giant stabbing pincers like slip out of the wall metalwork, and it just like hits the edge of the pit in the middle, and then it just slowly like slides off, and you just hear it like tumble in a heap of flesh down to the bottom of the pit.
I spin my gun, and I blow the smoke away. And that's how we do it.
Go on Gene Starwind.
Congrats on your first kill of a D&D
Right.
game.
Can I
Todd.
grab a piece of the
Yay.
creature real quick?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of scattered pieces from all the damage you gave it.
All right. I just want some DNA or just enough of it that maybe we can analyze it later.
All right,
Can I check to
perfect.
see if the blood's acidic.
Okay, so I would like both Kasten and Analon to roll me perception checks. Oh, actually, no, not perception. Both of you roll me investigation.
Okay.
14.
Yep, that's enough.
15.
Okay.
All right, perfect. You both triumph. Analon, you are able to see that while the blood itself is acidic, based on experience from that fight, you realize it's really more of an acid towards organic matter and not any kind of inorganic matter, because you see that it definitely seemed to hurt during the few times when you saw Zakui got splashed by the acid, and really all Zakui suffered are what looks like very bad looking first degree burns. It seems to be like a pretty painful acid, but not a very strong acid.
From the inside, it could do damage.
But from the inside, it could definitely do damage. So you are able to take like a small little container from your artificer pack, and you're able to scoop up some of the blood. And you are very confident that it's not going to eat through the container, because again, it eats more through organic matter than inorganic matter. Kasten, you are able to find quite a few bits and pieces of the creature strewn about the engine room because of how brutal you guys are. And you are actually able to pick up like an entire half of one of its like secondary arms.
One eye blew off.
Yeah, the one that bite blew off. By the way, I would just like to point out, Reva, you got some acidic blood on your hands as well. It kind of stings, but because you're more of like spectral matter and not actual organic matter, it doesn't hurt, it just kind of tingles.
Ooh.
Zach's gonna just brush off his injury.
feel like I kinda like it.
Limp a little bit because I'm guessing it's splashed on his legs mostly.
Kind of like the back of the thigh, but mostly your actual back.
Yeah, he's just gonna brush it off, even though it's painful.
Azrael can pick you up and carry you the rest of the day.
No, don't touch Zach. I don't trust you after you picked up Reva.
Hey, you can't trust me, that's fine, but you can trust Azrael to carry you.
For the
Azrael's
record, Bite was
a
meant to
horse.
tell you the
It doesn't-
plan.
She doesn't have to pick you up. You could just climb on her back.
Nah, I'm fine. I'll walk it.
All right.
I'll just collapse on the ship. I'm fine.
At that moment, Azrael just kind of walks up to you, Zakui, and you kind of hear her whimper like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," and just kind of like wants to like lick your back.
Oh. Wait, Reva walks over to Zach, and I'm going to cast. Hold on. I gotta find it, because I want to make sure I get it right. Heroism. And I touch his back, and you're cured of 1 temporary hit point.
Oh, that's so nice.
We all know that's something they've done before.
Reva just looks at Bite and says, I'm sorry. Aren't you the one that picked me up earlier and tried to be the hero?
I wasn't trying to be a hero, I just wanted to pick your ass up.
I know.
Now the
everybody
truth
does.
comes out.
Hey, I never lied in the first place.
Zach's gonna use the giant space horse wolf
All right.
as kind of a crutch.
All right. So do you guys remember the display that you were shown? You go through the generator room, through a couple more hallways, and that takes you to the elevators back up to the main floor. So do you guys continue on your way?
Yeah.
One moment.
Yes.
We heard rattling above us. Was that all just this, or was there?
Yeah, it was just this creature.
Okay. Then yeah,
Daddy, get your ass down here.
it's not my fault. You forgot to tell them the plan. He says as he walks down.
Nobody told me I had to tell them the plan. I thought
You
Analon
don't
was
just
gonna do
pick
it.
someone up.
Yes, I do.
I was having fun with my gun.
You did great.
The gun
You
is
too.
good.
Oh, Liam, nice Zardoz reference.
Thank you.
You two are in serious trouble when we get back to the ship.
No.
Who?
I know who
Oh.
actually is daddy here.
Zach will always be the true daddy.
Wait. Who's in trouble? Me?
You and him.
Don't
As he
worry.
points
I
to
will
Daddy.
see you- I will see
He
you
can
both
unplug. I can just,
soon.
tune you out, so it doesn't matter.
Have fun tuning it out.
Deactivating those.
Brittany just went. Hold on. I'm sorry. Can we talk about the fact that Brittany just went full mom? And that it made me feel some sort of way.
Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry.
Sorry.
Reva's got a case of the vapors right now.
She is the vapors.
No, not Reva. Carly.
Carly. Oh,
All
I
right,
was
so
like, I'm scared.
all right, so do you guys continue on your way?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just gonna. Hey, I follow Zach's orders, so whatever.
All right. As you guys rendezvous with each other, you continue past the engine room, which is now covered in Slugger Queen guts and blood. Again, major props to Analon to having the first "How do you want to do this" of this new campaign.
And first, how do you do this ever since
You
it's
go
the
down-
first campaign?
You go down some more hallways, and you see a couple more of the tiny little sluggers, though they seem to now be just kind of scattering all around now that you basically killed their mommy. And you find yourself,
We murdered their parent.
and you come to the end of the hallway, and before you is a rather large elevator. And it seems to be still active.
I guess we
Zach's
board
gonna
it?
go-
Is there a way to
Yeah.
check to make sure it's actually functioning?
It's functioning. There's like lights on and everything. It's working.
Is it going to take us to our ship, or is it just going to take us to wherever?
It's gonna take us to the floor that your ship is on.
All right.
Okay, so Zach's gonna board it with Azriel, and we're gonna step on pretty slow because I'm in pain.
I'm going to
Oh.
go with the captain.
All right, so we're just gonna say that all of you got on the elevator.
Okay.
This seems to be kind of an automatic elevator. A lot of you who have spent time in Federation space, Kasten, Reva, Zachary, you especially, and possibly Analon, you both recognize this design. This is meant to be just kind of a short two-way elevator. It really just goes to one of two floors, which seems to be like the main laboratory floor and the lower floor, which you guys are on right now. So the moment that it senses that no one else is getting on the elevator, the door is automatically shut. You guys go up, and boom, you're on the floor that you need to be on because there's only the two floors.
Sweet.
As
So I'm gonna step off.
all right, you all step off of the elevator. You find yourself in what seems to be a main control room of the frigate. And there's like consoles like everywhere on both sides. This room itself is just another like wider hallway, and on each side of this ship or each side of this room is just more computer consoles, and they all seem active. There's also a lot more dead bodies in this room. And a lot of
the sounds of this.
and a lot of them are scientist bodies, no quasars that you can see. As you guys move through, all of a sudden, poof, and you see another scientist's body has just landed, like, just from the floor, just from up above, has just landed right before you. Whatever this guy is, severe blaster and laceration marks, is missing a head and an arm. And you can
No, it's male.
Jesus.
and you can hear something that sounds like feasting up above.
I look immediately up.
Do the rest
Yeah,
of you look?
look
Do the
up.
rest of you look up?
Of
We're look-
course.
I'm looking up.
With all the
Yeah.
acid stuff, I shield my eyes and look up to where it hopefully won't fall.
All right. You look up and you see a large dark shape standing on what looks like a huge hanging hollow display. It kind of looks like a chandelier, but the main purpose of these creations are to just show like jumbotron holo displays that can be seen from any direction. And you see what looks like a large black shape standing on the top of it, and it seems to just be like feasting on the severed arm of that scientist that has landed before you. And it's just, and you can't really see it because whatever this thing is, its back is turned to you. And it's just eating, it's eating. You just hear the tearing of flesh and bone. And then it just stops.
I don't like this at all.
Whoever this figure is, it slowly rises up, and raising what looks like a metallic arm, he like tosses the severed arm aside, and then you just see his other arm kind of shift up to what you think might be the thing's head, and you just hear chink. All of a sudden, just out of pure coincidence, a light display seems to just kind of come loose from even higher, and it shines a light on the top of this fixture. And you see large black and purple leathery wings and a large black coat.
Fucker.
And this figure, like, turns around, and you see what is essentially a Dragonian. Basically, this campaign's version of a Dragonborn. He's black and purple, and he looks like what seems to have a solid dog's muzzle over his entire snout, only really showing his eyes, and one of them is a robotic eye. And he seems to be holding on to, like, the bar of this fixture with his one actual arm, while his metallic arm is just hanging at its side. He just kind of looks at you all, just kind of tilts his head for a moment. I was wondering when I might see you again, Bite.
No, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna draw a gun.
I don't do it, Bite, don't do it.
So,
Just
are these the new friends you chose?
Bite, don't answer him.
At that moment, this figure, like, suddenly, like, unfurls his wings, and he has, like, huge bat-like wings coming out of his back, and with a single flap, he leaps off of the fixture and lands on the floor right before you, in a bow, by the way. And he goes, I take it Bite has never told you about me.
no, she's told me.
I'd say
Our wait
it's
is
maybe
over,
4 of
and
them.
we live again!
I'm going to step in front of the entire group. You can fuck yourself. These are better friends than you ever were.
Oh, please, Bite. As if they could ever know just as much about you than I do. And then he just kind of like gives everyone there a once-over. And then his eyes actually fall on Reva and go, You look familiar. Did I ever pay for you one day?
Zach is gonna move to
just
cover
says-
Reva.
And
No,
then,
no. I know exactly what she's gonna say to him. She's gonna look at him, and she's just gonna walk in front of Bite, and she's just gonna sneer, and she's just gonna go, as if you could afford me.
that's what I was gonna say. So yeah.
At that, he just then kind of keeps on looking over. You got yourself a construct. I gotta say, he looks definitely menacing. And then over...
Tasty.
Otacon.
Which one's menacing?
He's talking to Daddy. He's talking about Daddy. However, then his...
Daddy.
Stop!
Name.
Then his eyes land on Zakui. And he goes... he goes... I know you.
The pleasure's mine.
I gotta say, I never thought I'd be meeting his kid out here all the way in space.
Huh?
So Zach's
Leave him
face
alone.
at this point had been like very stoic. Now drops into like the most bone-chilling glare when those words drop from the Dragonborn's mouth. Draconic? I don't know.
He's speaking common. He's speaking common for everyone here.
So his face went from stoic to bone-chilling glare.
By the way, I would just like to point out this guy is like 11 feet tall. He's 11 feet tall, and he's wearing a similar garb to like Nemesis from Resident Evil.
Stars.
Normally, I would say that's hot, but
Stars.
Now, normally, I would love to get to know each and every one of you, but unfortunately, business calls. Though, Bite, if
I
you want
have to use the bathroom.
though,
Nature
Bite,
calls.
I will say, I think you know where to find me. After that, he just kind of like raises up his normal hand, and you see what looks like a small device, and he presses a button, and all that, and at that moment, you feel a very violent rumble go through the entire frigate, and you realize this guy just blew the generator.
Ah, fuck!
guys, we gotta go.
Damn those parts.
Damn those parts.
At that moment, you just hear him laugh, and he then presses the button a second time, and an entire wall blows in the side of the room. And you can see the vacuum of space, but there is no vacuum because of the LS barrier. And with a mighty laugh, he unfurls his wings, flaps up into the air, and just dives right through the hole.
I'm gonna shoot after him. I know I'm gonna miss, but I'm gonna shoot my gun after him.
Yeah, you definitely do miss.
You shoot your shot.
Zach is gonna look at Reba and Bite, and he's gonna be like, "We're gonna talk later." Like that's what his eyes are saying to them, and he's gonna jump onto Azrael, so that way the wolf can carry him out, because he's not gonna be faster.
Guys, we have to go. We have to go now.
No shit. Let's leave.
Daddy's just gonna run straight into the ship, get as fast as he can, get to the control, plug himself in, and wait for everyone to board.
Alright, you are all able to successfully maneuver through the ship, and you all get back onto the Black Star. In record time, Daddy, you install yourself, you connect to the systems, you detach from the landing port with just a few moments to spare. You find yourself undocking yourself from the frigate as just a multitude of explosions begin to just break it apart from the inside out. You guys successfully make it back to the inside of your ship. And from the wreckage of the frigate, you can see the flying form of Dyrax, who you all know is the supreme commander of the Quasars. He kind of does a circle around the wreckage, just kind of like lazily like flies by the front of your ship, and you see him do one of these. And then he just
piece of fucking shit.
he just turns around and he just starts. And by the way, he himself is not on a ship. He's flying with his wings through the vacuum of space, as he then makes his way and quite literally dive bombs towards the surface of the planet.
Reva just looks and she just shakes her head and she goes, "Excuse me, I have to go vomit." And she just walks away.
Bite's just sitting there growling as she watches him dive.
Azrael like walks up to Bite and is just like nuzzling her with her head, just like whimpering, like it's gonna be okay.
As soon as they're out of the wreckage, can I just keep the ship's sensors all focused on the being, seeing how far we can track him in, how small of a landmass we can track him to?
I know where to find him.
Well, actually, Bite, no you don't, because you've actually never been on this planet before. All you can tell is that he's dive bombing to the surface of the planet.
Which is why I'm trying to track him.
You are able to at least track him, like, down to the surface of what seems to be, like, the main continent of what you can see on this side of the planet. However, because there seems to be some kind of interference coming from the atmosphere itself, you're not able to get a concrete location. All you know is just the general direction where he's going.
That's great.
So, guys, what do you do?
Well, I know Zach wanted to talk to me and Bite, but I don't know if that's still a thing since Rev left and Bite is not doing great.
I'm going to let you. I'm going to let Reva go for a moment.
Okay.
But seeing Bite, Zach is literally going to grab her by her shirt and toss her up against the wall and be like, "You need to tell me what the hell you were thinking."
Oh shit.
You know, usually I would like
pissed.
this.
Kason is gonna go do more training.
You guys have fun with that. I have some acid. I want to see if I can put in some bullets.
I'm going to see
At that moment, sensing her distress, Azriel realizing, like, yeah, Zakui's got this one. Azriel is actually going to then follow Reva.
So it's just me, Bite, and Daddy, you know.
Yeah,
Daddy's like,
it's just the three of you in the cockpit.
To be
Well, it's
fair,
'cause
I'm
he's
not
attached.
listening. I'm everywhere. I'm not listening now. I'm just focusing on the ship.
So Zach has
That's what
you
he
like
wants.
Just
Okay.
pretend like I'm not even here, guys.
Oh, right now, Daddy is Facebook. He says he's not listening, but he's totally listening.
totally
He's got headphones in, but he's not actually playing anything because he wants to hear everything.
You can't make a million friends without making some enemies.
Yeah.
So
Normally,
Bite,
I would
Not gonna lie, that movie was awesome though.
It's like my favorite movie.
I
Mine
love that
too.
movie.
Yeah.
So, Zakui, what are you doing to Bite?
I'm literally like, she is up against the wall, like
He's
by
biting her head
shirt.
off.
So Bite, it's your response.
Look, me and the engineer or your mechanic and Daddy had a plan to blow the engine with that fucking creature in there. I didn't know I was supposed to tell everybody. I thought Anilon was going to tell everybody. You know I'm not the best at communicating unless it's some quick quip. But that motherfucker, if we would have blown the ship, he would have gone with it.
You know, she has a point.
You don't know that.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Zach's gonna let her go. He's gonna take a step back for a moment, and he's going to literally take a breath before turning back, and he's gonna be like, "How do you know him?"
That's a very long story. Do you really want to hear it?
It doesn't matter how long or how short you make it. Tell me what you know about that man.
I know everything about it.
Then let's discuss it.
Right here?
No, let's just go up to the rafters. No, let's just go up to my bedroom. That's right.
sounds fun.
You really want to do that in front of an AI that can hear everything?
The AI
I don't
can
give a
anywhere with
shit
the
about the AI right now.
Oh shit!
You and your knowledge is important right now.
Full on
what
Mal
you
Reynolds
know.
at this point.
Right? And I'm kind of loving it because I love. In case y'all didn't know this already, it's a very common knowledge about me. I love Firefly, so let's fucking go.
Have you ever watched Outlaw Star?
No.
Yes.
You should, if you love Firefly.
Ew. I'm gonna look that
It's
up.
it's anime Firefly with a little bit of fantasy in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically Firefly before Firefly.
That
So-
was
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Outlaw Star.
Outlaw
Yeah.
Star.
Outlaw
I'm
Star.
looking this up.
Well, don't do it. Well, don't do it right now.
Not during
No,
all
no,
the tea.
I'm writing it down so I remember it.
Okay.
So bye. We're
Yes.
discussing it in front of the AI. Zach doesn't
Okay,
give a
fine.
shit right now. So, back to character.
So, I know he killed most of your family. And I was part of that, and I'm sorry.
Great.
Shit.
All right, let's all move on then. Yay.
But you didn't kill the one person I want dead more in this world.
No.
Smart thinking!
I just imagine. I just
Back
imagine
then,
like Kay
Think,
walks
Bite,
in.
think!
Yeah. I just imagine
Think,
Kay
Bite,
walks in the
think.
moment that Bite says that I was a part of the people who killed your family and I'm sorry, and Kay just turns around and walks right out. Or something.
I was a part of it, but I was young at the time, okay? I was manipulated by that fucker. I was enslaved by him. I thought everything that we were doing was for good and everybody else was the bad guy. So yes, I was part of a lot of killing about. I was even part of whatever Reva went through. Though she probably wouldn't remember me. Because I was dressed differently. I acted differently. And now, I display my scars and my tattoos of being in that place as a badge of, yes, I was part of it, but I'm out of it now. So you can be mad at me all you want, but I'm still going to be loyal to you because I owe it to you.
Right. Get out of my sight.
Oh shit!
First episode and we've already got tension. Well,
Right?
Wow, this is gonna be a short campaign if the tension's already happened now.
Gonna kill each other.
Meanwhile, while this is going down, Reva, you hear a telltale scratching at your door. Not knocking, scratching.
She's lighting incense and saying a quick prayer for her sisters that have been affected by the, what were the space pirates' name? I'm sorry.
The Quasars!
I'm calling them the Quakies.
the Nova Corps.
By the Quasars, when she hears the scratching at her door, and she goes and lets in Azrael.
You see Azrael, the moment you open that door, Azrael just kind of like slowly walks in and just kind
It's
of
not
like...
Azrael, it's Kasten.
Oh my god, wait, you want it to be?
No,
No, I'm...
Thing.
No, because it would be kind of funny if she like had no idea it was a him and just immediately was like, oh hey Azrael, and just lets him in, no idea it's Case.
The giant wolf strides into the room and just instantly takes one look at you and just already like nuzzles her head under yours.
And she just pets him and then sits on her bed, which is very ornate for a ship.
Oh, it's one of those... It's,
Anara's room, if you guys have ever seen Firefly.
yes.
That's my aesthetic. That's basically what her bunk looks like.
Her bed is a circle.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So she sits on the bed and she pats on it and he hops on.
He sits down, but he like rests his head on your lap. She. You see, I'm so used to your original like wolf pet back in Song of the Wilds, who was a he. So I'm still thinking that. I'm doing my best to say she. I apologize.
Okay.
She rests her head on Reva's lap,
Ooh.
and you can just hear her go.
It'll be okay, Azrael.
Can Kasten come in now?
Oh.
Is that okay?
Do it,
Sure.
Do it.
All right. Kasten comes in with a... Well, she seems to like... Thank you.
Yeah. She does.
Hearing the new voice, Azrael just kind of like perks her head up and then just kind of tilts her head at Kasten.
Can he try to go over and pet her?
You can certainly try.
Is that an animal
I
handling?
love that line.
The line's the best line in the game.
You don't need to check for it. Azrael just kind of like walks over and like sniffs your hand and then begins to gently lick it.
Yeah.
Sneef.
Good girl.
Sniff, 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 sniff.
So, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Certainly didn't have as much of an adventure today as you did.
Yeah. You know those space pirates are pieces of fucking shit.
Maybe. So, how do you know the Dragonborn?
I don't. I knew the people that worked for him.
All right. Who were they?
They're a bunch of. They're bad guys. They think that anything can be bought with money, even people, and back where I was from, on the Velvet Comet, a lot of the girls there were there not by choice. And I didn't really have a say in what happened, so I saw a lot of shady things go down.
Oh dear.
I was one of the lucky ones. My parents sold me to pay off debts, but honestly, the Velvet Comet is the best place to be in a situation like that, because they treat the girls so well.
Well, that's good enough.
It's not about sex, it's about skills and actual companionship. But because of one stupid miscommunication that happened, it tarnished our name.
Oh dear.
So a lot of people think that it's a brothel when it's not.
All right. So, what do you think he's after?
If he's after something, it's something very powerful, and that can get them whatever they want.
All right.
You might want to talk to Bite more about that. We've had many a conversation about this kind of thing.
I probably should. I just wanted to check in on you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you know anything about them, Houston?
Do I? Should I roll for that?
Evan?
DM.
Roll me a history check.
History check. All right.
For once, it's somewhat.
I'm gonna say no because I got a 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
They weren't on my part of the universe when I was traveling around. But I can get the gist of what they are based on my own personal experiences. That's for sure.
Again, I never met him, but I heard tales of his ruthlessness and dangerous behavior, and he hurt a lot of my sisters.
You going to be all right?
Where do you think all of Bite's scars come from?
I will be. I'm not the one that was hurt, though. They were.
Well, I'll make sure that you aren't, no matter what.
Thank you, Keaston. I appreciate our little talks, and come see me whenever you want. And then she kind of nudges him, and she goes, "I don't extend that offer to many people."
Then it's an honor, then. All right, then he leaves.
Oh my god. I could like low-key skip them, but at the same time, I kind of.
Carly, you're cool with this, right? You don't mind that?
Fuck yeah, let's fucking go.
Okay.
DM me later. We'll chat.
Carly's character always ends up with somebody. That's always how it is.
All right.
Hopeless
Zach and
romantic.
Riva too. Like I shipped them together.
All right.
If you don't want to do this, just tell me. But if you're cool with it, I'm cool with
totally
it too.
chill with it. Let's fucking
All
go.
Can I do one more thing before we end?
Oh, don't worry. After this, I have a little last thing I'm gonna do for this session, and then we'll end it. But yeah, we'll do your last thing.
All right. Bite did leave Zach's sight, but she's gonna come back to him. Look, I know you don't want to see me and talk to me right now, but I think you should have this. And she hands him something that was a family heirloom from his place that they attacked. And then she leaves.
Zach is in shock because this actually probably most likely belonged to his mother's father.
What was his name?
He's
Out of curiosity, what was his name?
Aries.
Yes! Just so you know, my character and that character and one of Evan's RP servers are together.
They are. So, except instead of it being Lord Dragion's dad, it's Matilda and Zach's mother, which she doesn't have a name yet. I haven't picked her name yet. So he's going to set it down with a very shaky hand, and he's going to tell Daddy that he wishes not to be disturbed, and he goes back to his quarters.
All
It's
right.
never not gonna be funny. It's never not gonna be funny.
All right.
Daddy,
With that.
don't disturb me.
Don't wake Daddy.
Don't wake secondary Daddy.
No.
All right. With that said, everyone's just kind of gone off on their own way, but the question still stands. Do you follow the Dragonborn down to the planet?
Oh shit.
I would. I mean,
Yeah.
I would.
As captain, who is filled with a lot of rage and a lot of spite, he's going to make the order for the crew without their input, and we are going to.
Oh, shit!
I'm engrossed in work.
full
I'll
now,
follow
and
wherever
I-
the ship goes.
So
Let's go.
he just gives the directions to Daddy from his room, and he says pretty much, he's like, "Hush, hush, we're doing this."
All right.
And Daddy,
He's
you
just
and
gonna
I have a
lie
very
down.
close connection. 'Cause we've been to.
Slide
through
down nice and slow. Make sure no one notices. He's just
As
gonna be
as you
very-
make... Now, here's the thing, and this is how we're going to end the campaign here, and I'm actually very happy that we were...
Wait.
Or end the story.
Session?
End the session, end the session.
Hold on.
No, we will not hold on! No,
That's the end. Good
no,
job.
Carly's like, Riva may have a boyfriend. Let's not stop yet.
there will be no holding on. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to end the session for tonight. Daddy, as you pilot the ship and you get closer to the planet's surface, as you break through the atmosphere, your ship is able to maneuver through like the hot friction of it very easily. Pretty much all ships are able to do that these days. However, the moment you break through the atmosphere and you are now going through the stratosphere, through all the different clouds and such, you realize you find yourself going through a very violent thunderstorm. And you're trying your best to weave through all of the lightning bolts and clouds and such, and you do feel like a lurch in your ship, and you realize, oh crap, one of our engine thrusters got hit by a lightning bolt. It's not anything horrible. Stuff like this happens all the time when trying to land on a planet, but it's always a good practice to... I mean, it makes sense that since you were going to land on this planet anyway. It's always best to land to initiate auto repairs. At that point, all of your ship's sensors just start to go haywire.
Oh,
This planet seems to be undergoing some kind of form of... You can't quite tell what it is, but the planet itself is going through some kind of environmental development. And you realize that this section that you're landing in is just constantly overcast, constantly raining, barely any sunlight breaks through the clouds. And you find yourself landing in a very landable soft clearing in what essentially is a very malformed rainforest. And if I'll just have...
Nice.
What did a PlayStation just come on or something?
Wait. I can make this even funnier. Nice dissolve.
Nice.
You are able to successfully land the ship, Daddy. However, upon landing, finally touching down on the soil, you are able to basically figure out a few things about this planet right off the bat. One, this being a pretty unremarkable alien planet. You're quite possibly the first people to be on this, like actually on the surface. You realize that, okay, this planet has adequate chemicals and particulates in the atmosphere. It's breathable. We don't need special gear to be able to breathe in this atmosphere. And two, it's very low level to the point where it's completely harmless, but yet your system sensors are picking up a very faint radiation that just seems to emanate not just from the surface, but from quite literally everything. The dirt, the rocks, the trees, the local flora and fauna in the area. You realize that while this may not be the exact spot where you saw the winged figure fly to, your instincts do tell you that if we're going to find out what's going on here, we're going to have to walk out and explore this planet. And that, dear friends, is the start of your journey across the surface of the planet Tallon 4. And that is where we end the session for tonight.
That was fun.
New campaign!
That was
New
awesome.
campaign!
Oh, guys, I am so happy to be running this with you. When we find out when to have our next session, we'll be posting about it so we can make you guys be prepared. Already, I'm just going to say right now, there is not going to be a session next week. Next week, we'll be committed to trying to organize a Song of the Wild session, because we got to get back into the groove of that. But then, like I said, we're going to start doing an alternating thing. We're going to be doing Song of the Wilds every other week, and then The Great Poison every other week. And we'll...
If I could just say one thing, I'd like to apologize in advance for a lack of like consistency with the schedules. Because of where I work now, I don't have a set schedule. So there might be some weeks where it's different days, and that's okay.
Carly got herself a new job, and we're all very happy for her. But yeah, that's just one of the hiccups about this. But it's not the end of the world. And there might be a week or so where we don't have any session, but we're definitely going to still try to keep this going. But guys, thank you so much for joining with me, and I thank not just the people watching this, but also the people playing with me here as well. You guys have been amazing. I am so excited to finally start a new campaign, and this will help keep my brain refreshed and ready.
Aw, there's a Tyler.
And there's Ty!
Wait, good job with your first kill in a D&D session, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Blast.
Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me on the inaugural first session of The Great Poison, and for the people watching this, like always, this will be uploaded to YouTube sometime tomorrow or within a couple days. You can watch it then. Until then guys, see you later, and we will see you next adventure.